Hey guys, you are watching your anime world. How are you all? Please support to subscribe this channel for watching new interesting stories. So in this video, we will see second part what if Deku was heroes collide and possessed op Quirk. Here is short summary. Izuku strives to be a pro hero to live up to All Might's expectations, and Katsuki doing the same, yet he also wants to surpass Izuku. But an unlikely series of situations led Izuku and his classmates into an encounter with another group of pro-heroes, which results in a series of encounters and battles with hero and villain factions from another organization. But before we start, if you want more stuff like this, then be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if possible share this video with your friends. Now let's start the story. All of a sudden, something barged through the wall, causing a huge hole that sent debris flying, hitting several Malgoers and caused numerous injuries, and there the culprit entered, revealing that it was the villain All for One, and he looked around as if he is looking for someone, until finding the one he is looking for, Izuku Midoriya, his target for his latest mission. The villain is targeting Midoriya personally as he is intending to target the boy due to him possessing the quirk One for All that he inherited from All Might, and upon confronting the Class 1A student, he tells Midoriya that he will be taking the quirk as the boy has no right wielding it. So we finally meet. All for One, I'll be taking that quirk, it belongs to me and not to you. I won't let you. Really, you won't have it. Over my dead body. How courageous, then I'll have to kill you for that. Damn. The Class 1A student gritted his teeth at realizing what the villain's aim is, and their Midoriya pushes Mineta back as a way to protect him as he did not want his classmate to get dragged in, and to prevent All for One from targeting him to steal his classmate's quirk should the villain discover Mineta's quirk function, and he tells Mineta to go run and get help from pro-heroes. Mineta asked Midoriya if he is sure, which Midoriya nodded and told his classmate to go and get help. Just go. Are you sure, Midoriya? You're going to face that guy? Yes, but I'll manage. Just go and get help. But you against. Trust me on this, Mineta. Just go and get help. Saitama watches on in a rather innocent curiosity as Midoriya activates his quirk and is ready to use shoot-style full cowling, ready to defend himself and the customers inside the mall, though All for One just grinned as he said that once he takes Midoriya's quirk, he will be ready to resume his business and settle an old score with All Might and resume his tutoring with the League of Villains. Midoriya, however, rebukes him and said he will not let the villain do as he wants. You won't. I won't let you have your way. I'll stop you. Really, boy, you think you can stop someone as powerful as me? You won't take anyone's quirk ever again. Ha ha, so brave, yet foolish. I take what I desire, and I desire taking your quirk, and make it as my own. You won't have it. I will stop you. You'll be an easy prey, and once I take your quirk, I'll kill you and present your head as trophy to All Might. Just you try it, stupid boy, prepare to die. All for One grinned as he is poised to take Midoriya on, while the green-haired boy began to activate his quirk and is ready to go for 100%, knowing that he cannot hold back due to the fact that the villain can steal other people's quirk, and has to stall him until other pro-heroes arrive, and as he is ready to attack, All for One moved at a fast speed and appeared before Mineta, blocking the Class 1A student's path and preventing his escape. There the villain said he learned about Mineta's quirk and said it would come in handy if he were to take it and tells a terrified Mineta to give his quirk to him unless he wants to die, terrifying Mineta as he slowly backed away. Despite getting scared, he defiantly tells the villain he will not give his quirk away. Now then, give me your. I won't. Find someone else. Fool, I mean it. Get away from me. You cannot escape me. Just you wait. As Mineta uses his quirk and threw the pop balls at the villain, All for One simply dodged it and is getting closer towards Mineta, ready to steal the boy's quirk, until Midoriya uses a shoot-style flying kick which sends the villain staggering back, and there Midoriya told Mineta to run and get help from other pro-heroes while he hold the villain off as long as he can. Mineta was hesitant as he could not let Midoriya face the feared villain alone, but Midoriya confidently assured to Mineta that he can hold the villain off for a while, and told him to use this opportunity to get help, which finally convinces the shortest Class 1A student to go. Just go, Mineta-kun. But, don't worry, I got this. Are you sure, Midoriya? Yes, but, Trust me on this, Mineta-kun. Nodding, Mineta ran off as Midoriya began to use his other techniques to distract All For One to keep him busy that would allow Mineta to make an escape and get help. And while his classmate succeeded in escaping the mall, Midoriya uses everything he could think of to stall the villain, but All For One wasn't fazed, and did not mind losing the chance to steal Mineta's quirk, as he would opt to take Midoriya's instead. The villain then waited as Midoriya delivered consecutive attacks, as he allowed Midoriya to hit him, and waited for the right moment to catch him, and when Midoriya is in close range, he grabbed the boy and punched him on his gut pretty hard, enough to disable him, and the Class 1A student was weakened, and the blow to his stomach is strong enough to make him cough blood, before he is slammed to the floor. There All For One smirked and said that he will take the boy's quirk and told Midoriya to say goodbye to his dream of becoming a hero as he will lose his quirk for the rest of his life as it will never be returned to him ever. Now then, I will take your quirk, and All Might will despair at seeing his successor die at my hands. Say goodbye, Izuku Midoriya. As All For One is ready to steal Midoriya's quirk, Saitama stepped in, seeing that the villain is doing something that is borderlining more than just bullying, and kicked the villain on his side, sending him careening a few blocks away, thus preventing the villain from stealing Midoriya's quirk, saving the boy from having lose his dream of becoming a hero. Saitama asked Midoriya if he is okay, which the boy nodded though he coughed a bit as he is badly hurt, coughing out a few blood from his mouth, as he felt that his injury is quite bad as he clutched his stomach, which was throbbing in pain. Hey, are you okay? Cough, cough, why yeah. You're hurt. I'm fine. Take a rest. I'll deal with that pervert. Wait. Saitama patted Midoriya's head and tells him he did well in fending off the villain, and told the boy to rest up as he will deal with the villain, just as All For One got back, as he is rather surprised at being caught by surprise at what Saitama did, and he became intrigued as the blow he received was quite strong, which rivaled that of All Might, and believed that Saitama possesses a similar quirk. The then tells Saitama that he will take his quirk first before taking Midoriya's, saying this would be an added bonus for him, which only made the bald-headed hero stare at him in bafflement as he is unaware about quirks, and asked the villain what he meant by that. Midoriya stared in confusion at hearing this as Saitama asked All For One what does he mean about the quirk and what made him say that Saitama himself have such a thing called quirk. What did you say? You heard me. What do you mean by quirk? Are you, hey, is this a joke? No, I'm serious. What is a quirk? Baffled at first, All For One was rather amused, thinking that Saitama is trying to psyche him, and he grabbed the hero by his bald head and attempted to steal his quirk, which the villain became baffled as he felt that nothing happened, and Saitama blinked his eyes as he wondered what the villain is doing, and asked what All For One is doing. The villain concentrated hard as he tries to absorb Saitama's powers, believing that the hero possesses a quirk, and became annoyed that nothing is happening and demanded to know why he is unable to absorb anything, and thinking that he is being molested, Saitama did a straight punch and hits All For One on his stomach, and the blow sends the villain crashing against a wall, knocking him down. Midoriya wobbly gets up and asked Saitama if he is okay, which the bald-headed hero nodded, saying he is fine, and the boy asked what happened and if the villain stole the hero's powers, which Saitama said he did not lose anything, and asked Midoriya what All For One meant about the quirk. What did you say? You heard me. What does that guy mean about a quirk? Are you, hey, could you answer? You don't know what a quirk is? No, I'm serious. What is a quirk? Midoriya's sweat dropped at hearing this and wondered if Saitama is in the right mind or not, as he could not believe that a hero doesn't know anything about the quirk, and he reluctantly told Saitama what he knows, and the bald-headed hero stared in confusion, and said he doesn't seem to understand it well, but told the confused Midoriya that while he does have super strength, he said he doesn't have one, and tells the boy the reason why he possesses super strength is because he overdid his workout routine for over 3 years. Midoriya stared wide-eyed in disbelief at hearing the reason, and he asked Saitama if he is serious, as he could not believe that the bald-headed hero would gain such immense power by simply working out as the sole reason, and he asked Saitama if he is serious about what he said just now. Working out? Yeah, you got powers by working out. Sort of, though it resulted in me losing my hair. Are you serious? Yeah, I am. By then All For One got up and is quite pissed at being humiliated, and tells Saitama that if he cannot have the hero's quirk, then he will simply kill him rather than letting the bald hero ruin his plans, and as he is about to deliver a blow, Saitama did a blow of his own, delivering a kick to the villain's balls, causing All For One to kneel in pain, and the hero did a standing uppercut, punching him upward on his jaws, sending the feared villain upward, smashing the ceiling. By then Mineta arrived with several pro-heroes and approached Midoriya, and asked if the boy is okay. As Midoriya nodded, All For One came crashing down, head first onto the pavement, hitting the floor that caused a hole, and the villain is knocked out. Mineta is baffled and asked Midoriya if he did that, and as Midoriya is about to say that Saitama did it, Saitama said that Midoriya defeated the villain, and both the summoned pro-hero and Mineta were surprised and asked the boy if he really did that, impressed at the perceived heroics the boy did, unaware that it was Saitama who defeated All For One. Wow, you really did that, you're amazing, kid. Actually, you really are a true hero. Well, never mind it, let's take you to a hospital. Due to that lack of eyewitnesses who fled during the battle, no one can prove who defeated the villain, and the summoned heroes praised Midoriya, as the boy stared at Saitama, and the bald hero nodded and winked his eye, signifying that Midoriya is better off taking the credit instead of him. As the unconscious All For One is restrained and taken away, Midoriya is loaded into the ambulance and is being taken to a nearby hospital, and Saitama left as he is busy buying groceries in order to prepare for tonight's dinner. A few days later, things went back to normal at the city following the escape and recapture of the feared villain All For One, in which it became a trending topic where Midoriya is being credited in defeating the dangerous villain, and despite his attempt to deny and tell the truth, he is unable to do so as Saitama made it appear that Midoriya did it. While the press and even his fellow students in Ua High took the news serious, Midoriya felt like cheating, though he recalled what Saitama said to him that he should take the credit, and the ninth user of One For All wondered why Saitama opted not to let the press and the public know about the truth, feeling that it is a bit unfair to Saitama since he is the one who really defeated All For One. His trail of thought was interrupted when Zero, Kaminari and Mineta began lauding Midoriya for the supposed victory over All For One, which Midoriya could only nod in response, being unable to rebut the statements that he defeated the villain. Midoriya, you rock. I can't believe you actually defeated that feared villain. Well, yeah. How did you do it? Yeah, we want to know. Tell us. Bakugo glanced at the scene, as he finds it skeptical that Midoriya defeated All For One, as he knew that Midoriya is not strong enough to face the villain, recalling how All Might struggled to defeat the villain months ago, and felt that there is more to this than meets the eye, and opted to wait for the right time to confront Midoriya and get the truth out of him. By then Todoroki came, holding a newspaper which he showed to his classmates about the incident at Shibuya, where two dog-themed pro-heroes came to blows, which showed the topic, and the picture of the two pro-heroes in question, which are Hound Dog, Watchdog Man. Hiroshima read it and wondered why two pro-heroes went at it like that, which Mineta suggested that the two pro-heroes are probably fighting over a mate, attributing to the ones they saw on National Geographic Channel, where two dogs would fight over a female dog during the mating season, which the others glanced at Mineta and berated him for such a silly suggestion, saying that this is not actually the case. Mineta, are you an idiot? What made you say that? Yeah, those two heroes wouldn't do something like that. You got a loose screw on your head. Geez, Mineta, can't you think smart for once? You really think something perverted, aren't you? Quote! Todoroki came and told his classmate that he got the news and revealed that a villain was nearby during that time, and is revealed to be behind the Hound Dog Watchdog Man brawl, saying that he defeated the villain upon seeing him playing a flute, which has the ability to affect dogs' senses, which included Hound Dog, and once the unidentified villain is defeated, Todoroki used his ice quirk to disable the flute, and Hound Dog soon calmed down, and everything went back to normal while the villain has been arrested and taken into custody. As Class 1A are talking about what to do next, Nito Monoma showed up and started to taunt Midoriya over the supposed victory over All For One, saying that Midoriya is feeling like an important person, but noted that soon the League of Villains would target him because they now feel that Midoriya is becoming a threat, and say that Midoriya would get beaten up soon, thus Midoriya is going to pay the price for letting success get over his head. Most of Class 1A reacted negatively and berated Monoma for his comments, reiterating that Midoriya is not acting arrogant over his victory over All for One, and even said that Midoriya acted out of self-defense and not out of showing off. Monoma, are you an idiot? What made you say that? Yeah, Midoriya isn't the type who would do something like that. You got a loose screw on your head. Geez, Monoma, can't you think something smart for once? You really think Midoriya would do something cheap, do you? You beep. By then, Itsuka Kendo showed up and smacked Monoma on the head, knocking him out and apologized to Class 1A for what he just said, which Iida spoke on behalf of his class, saying that he appreciated her actions in keeping Monoma in line, and urged her to do something, as Monoma is increasingly acting in a way that might agitate Class 1A to physically retaliate, especially when Monoma's words are uncalled for regarding Midoriya defeating All for One. Kendo assured to Iida that she will keep a close eye on Monoma and will make sure that she will prevent him from provoking Class 1A in the future. Iida nodded and said he appreciated it. Rest assured, I'll keep an eye on Monoma. I see, please do. Let me know if he said something insulting to you and your classmates. I will. Monoma will get what's coming if he keep this up. Much appreciated. Got to go. See you. As the two Class 1B members left, Class 1A sighed in relief, and their Uraraka comforted Midoriya, telling him not to let Monoma's taunting get the best of him, which Midoriya smiled and assured to her that he is okay and is not agitated. I'm okay, Uraraka-san. Really? Yeah, really. That's good to hear, Deku. Don't worry, Deku. I'm fine now. Okay. Bakugo glances at Midoriya, as he is sure that Midoriya couldn't have pulled it off, knowing that All for One is so strong that it took all might to defeat the villain, and he wondered how Midoriya is able to beat the villain so easily, since Bakugo is aware that Midoriya has not fully mastered his quirk. Soon Shota Aizawa came and told the students that classes are about to commence. A few days later, the scene shifts at a shopping district where Midoriya and Bakugo are assigned by Principal Nezu to buy him a rare cheese that is imported from France, and while Midoriya has no problem accepting the request, Bakugo wondered why he has to come along, but then Kirishima showed up and told Bakugo that this is okay as he would get to go window shopping after getting the item that Nezu requested. Bakugo sighed in annoyance as he wondered why he has to go along with Midoriya since getting this item is easy for one person. But Midoriya said that the item they are getting for the principal is very rare, that Nezu stated that there might be thieves wanting to steal the item and sell it to the black market, hence it is necessary to have someone come along to provide assistance. Bakugo sighed again and said that if not for Nezu's promise that he would get bonus points for the curriculum, he would reject the request, which Midoriya laughed nervously and said that at least they would get free time after. Come on, now, Ka-chan. HMPH. I can't believe I let the principal talk me over. Ha ha. Well, whatever. Let's go. Yeah, I want to end this shopping early. It won't be long, Ka-chan. Easy for you to say, Deku. By then, Mineta and Kaminari showed up, and their Kirishima asked the two what are they doing here. In which Midoriya explained, and when asked what the other two are doing here, the two classmates said that aside from window shopping, they would get to see pretty girls here inside the mall. Which Bakugo rolled his eyes and tells Midoriya that they should get going and get the item that Nezu is asking to get, stating that he doesn't want to get embroiled in one of Kirishima and Mineta's girl-chasing schemes. Soon Bakugo and Midoriya got the item, which is a box wrapped in a gift wrapper that is as big as a table electric fan. And as the two boys are about to leave, Mineta invited the two boys to tag along, saying that he found a spot where pretty and attractive girls are convening, which Bakugo called Mineta a maniac, which Midoriya urges Bakugo to calm down, and said he can turn down the request without shouting, though Bakugo told Midoriya that he should learn to draw the line and not get dragged onto Mineta's voyeuristic escapades. Geez, Deku, you need to grow a spine. You got to let them know that you don't want to, not let them make you submit to their whims. Of course not. Then be firm and say no. Kirishima snickered and tells Bakugo that Midoriya is right, and that he should calm down a bit, saying that there's no harm in watching girls, and tells Bakugo that he should look for a potential girlfriend, which Bakugo stared incredulously. Are you crazy, you electric eel? Well, I'm not into that right now. I heard that the girl from Shiketsu High is asking for your contact number, so you found a potential crush. You want to die, you lightning rod. Ha ha ha. Kaminari and Midoriya laughed nervously when Bakugo accuses Kirishima of being a cupid or matchmaker, and as the boys are about to leave, they heard gasps from shoppers, and as the boys turn around, they are, except for Bakugo, awed at seeing who just passed by, and Mineta was surprised to see who it was. It turns out to be the pro hero, Fubuki, aka Hellish Blizzard, and their Mineta and Kaminari told Midoriya about it, which he said that this is an unexpected coincidence, as the attractive pro hero would come to this mall, wondering what is she doing here, but Mineta smirked as his eyes are aimed at her chest, specifically her beeps, which Midoriya noticed and whispered to Mineta to stop it or he'll get himself in trouble. Mineta-kun, yeah, you're staring at that woman's chest. I know, avert your eyes, or she'll catch you. Not to worry, but, it's fine. Bakugo stared at Fubuki from head to toe, and is rather intrigued at hearing other shoppers whispering about her status as a pro hero, and wondered what kind of powers she possesses, though he noticed that she is escorted by two men in business suits, who turn out to be her subordinates, Wild Monkey and Eyelashes. There the two men noticed Bakugo and believed that he is leering Fubuki and approached the blonde-haired boy, asking if he is staring at her in a perverted way, which Bakugo aggressively denied the accusation, and though he admitted that he did stare at her, he said he did not do it in a malicious way, which the two men did not seemingly believe him. You sure you're not acting perverted? I bet you're imagining her naked. I'm not, you knuckleheads. Huh, what? I was staring at her because I heard she is a pro hero and am observing her to see what powers she possesses. You better not thinking of masturbating inside a toilet. We punish perverts. I said I'm not, you assholes. Tempers started to flare as the two men threatened Bakugo if proven that he is having perverted intentions. And Bakugo responded by challenging them to a fight, prompting Kirishima to intervene as tries to calm Bakugo down, while Midoriya attempted to mediate the misunderstanding here. Though Kaminari and Mineta appeared to stay silent over this, yet this seemed to attract Fubuki's attention and seemingly decided to find out the cause of the disturbance, as she did not like wasting valuable time unnecessarily. She asked Eyelashes and Wild Monkey what is going on here, and after being told, she stared at Bakugo and asked him if this is true, and he denied the accusations, saying he only stared at her after hearing word that she is a pro hero. Fubuki stared at Bakugo in the eyes, and she can feel the aggressiveness in him, yet she can tell that he is not a perverted person and took the boy's word for it, and apologized for the inconvenience, which Bakugo just nodded. Midoriya sighed in relief as the possible conflict has been averted, but then a voice spoke through the mall's speakers, announcing that a bomb that is as strong as the one that blew up Hiroshima during World War II is hidden within the mall, and challenged any pro hero here to find it, for it will detonate remotely in 180 seconds. A few days have passed since the incident at the mall. The scene shifts at Heights Alliance, where the rest of Class 1A are having breakfast, in which they tried to cheer up the following classmates who are still reeling from what happened, which are Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki Bakugo, Eijiro Kirishima, Minoru Mineta, Denki Kaminari. The rest of Class 1A learned that the 5 classmates were given the cold reception despite that Midoriya and the others managed to flush out the bomber. Yet the hostages were less grateful and instead gave praise to another pro hero who got rid of the bomb, Tatsumaki. Ashido can sympathize with the 5 boys and felt that the hostages should have given praise to the boys as they did their best in trying to contain the situation, while Bakugo and the other pro hero, Fubuki, were able to capture the bomber and all, which Asui also agreed, though she pointed out that there is not much they can do, and stated that it is best that they ignore the hostages who were less grateful to the 5 boys' efforts, which Ashido seemed to disagree at. Huh, no way, Hiro. Those hostages are so ungrateful. Hiro, there's nothing we can. There is. Calm down, Mina-chan. But, Asui, Hiro. Mineta seemed to agree with Ashido, complaining that the hostages were totally selfish, as all they did was panic and all, while calling him and his classmates useless. Though Midoriya urged him not to dwell on it and what mattered is that everyone is safe and that no one was hurt, though Kirishima pointed out that there were some injuries during that hostage situation where the bomber bombed several escalators. Midoriya paused and realized that Kirishima was right, and felt a bit dejected, though Kirishima assured that at least no one died, and that's what really mattered, which seemed to calm Midoriya a bit, saying that if only the situation is a bit different, but his classmate pointed out that things happen. Come on, Midoriya, lighten up. Well, things happen, but what matters is, if only things were, we just have to accept it. That's what real men do. You're right, Kirishima-kun. By then Class 1A noticed that Bakugo is unusually silent, and noted that he is quite pissed, and the rest wondered what is bugging him, until Mineta realized what the reason is, and told them how Bakugo got humiliated when he got into an argument with Tatsumaki, and there he showed them the footage that he secretly recorded. The rest of Class 1A saw it, in which it showed that Tatsumaki and Bakugo are trading verbal jabs until she uses her telekinesis and lifts Bakugo up and spins him around like a top, and Bakugo shouted expletives while using his quirk, but could not reach her before she tosses him around, which Fubuki intervened and talked Tatsumaki into letting him go, but she ignored him. Midoriya approached Tatsumaki and calmly urged her to stop, saying that nothing would be accomplished if she keeps it like this, and surprisingly the pro-hero relented and drops Bakugo, which he fell face first on the floor, and there the pissed-off boy attempted to go after her but is restrained by Kirishima and Kaminari, urging him to calm down, but he wouldn't oblige. Whoa, Bakugo, let me go, calm down, I'm gonna kill that pint-sized brat. Easy, her power's way out of your league. I don't care. Calm Son, Bakugo, let me go, I say. Just let it go. After the footage ended, the rest of Class 1A were astonished to see Tatsumaki's power, especially how she got rid of the bomb harmlessly and how she handled Bakugo, and there they saw Bakugo growling after being reminded of the humiliation he got, but then Zero snickered at being manhandled by someone who was a bit taller than Mineta. Bakugo got pissed and threatened to attack Zero, but Kirishima managed to talk him out of it, urging him to let it go since there is nothing he can do and urged him not to dwell on it since that incident has ended. Whoa, Bakugo, let me go, calm down, I'm gonna kill that masking taped freak. Easy, don't let Zero's teasing get the better of you. I don't care, calm Son, Bakugo, let me go, I say. Just let it go. Midoriya nodded and tells Bakugo that what matters is that the authorities acknowledged what the Class 1A students did and that is that, and urged Bakugo to ignore the bashers who seemingly support Tatsumaki and ignored Class 1A's efforts. Kirishima agreed and tells Bakugo to chill, assuring that everything will be okay and that the teachers acknowledging the efforts that they did. Come on, Bakugo, just chill. The police acknowledged our efforts. That's all that matters. By then all eyes are on Mineta, as he stared dreamily while smiling, and their Kaminari asked what Mineta is thinking, in which he said that he managed to secretly get another glimpse at Fubuki's well-endowed beeps, which Kaminari agreed as he had to admit that Fubuki is a very attractive pro-heroine though her powers are something they have to look out for. Mineta jokingly said that Fubuki's bodyguards mistook Bakugo for being a hentai as they assumed that he is staring at Fubuki's chest, which the others Class 1A students glanced at Bakugo, as they do not believe that he would do something like that. Huh, Bakugo, did you? No way. The bad boy of Class 1A staring at a woman's chest. Very naughty, Bakugo. I do not believe he would do that. Me too. He's not into that. Bakugo stared in annoyance and told his classmates that it was a misunderstanding and explained his side, while at the same time he acknowledged that Fubuki is strong given her psychic powers and all, and their Mineta jokingly suggests that he bring Bakugo with him so that he can distract the bodyguards while taking the chance to steal a glance at Fubuki's chest. This pisses Bakugo off and began threatening his classmate, which Mineta went behind Midoriya, as Bakugo threatened to blow off Mineta, which Mineta misunderstood the meaning and accuses Bakugo of having a yaoi-like fetish, earning laughter from Kaminari and Zero. Ha ha ha, blow off. That's R18, Mineta. Careful, Bakugo would give off something way different than that. Ha ha ha, my stomach hurts. Mineta, you runt. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. By then Iida and Yaoyorozu stepped in and diffuses the tension and told Mineta to knock off the silly jokes, and soon peace and calm is restored and everything went well as no untoward incident took place while Bakugo had to forget what occurred before. 3 days later, the scene shifts at a bank, where Kirishima and Bakugo are there as they plan on opening a bank account so as to have a savings account where they can place their money, as they are paid during their work studies. Bakugo became quite annoyed as the bank is full of customers and had to endure the long line, which Kirishima assured that everything will be okay and all he had to do was be a little patient, which Bakugo seemed to be reluctant to do so. Come on, Bakugo, lighten up. Well, things happen. This is a bank, after all. But what matters is, if only there were no customers. We just have to accept it. That's what real men do. Whatever, Kirishima. There they are joined by Tetsu of Class 1B, and he greeted Kirishima as he did not expect to see him here, and both are surprised to learn that they came here for the same reason, to apply and open a savings account. You too? Yeah, what a coincidence. Me too. Glad to bump into you. Same here. So, are you here for savings or current account? Savings, of course. Bakugo silently grunted as Kirishima and Tetsu chatted, as the two were friends despite being rivals, and while waiting within the line, another customer came and waited behind Bakugo, where the customer is wearing a huge trench coat, a hat which covered his body, though he appeared to be barefooted, and noted his rather shiny tanned skin. Bakugo felt a bit suspicious about this person, yet he bid his time and decided to wait first and see what this person's action is before making a move. As Kirishima and Tetsu are chatting along, things went well and the customer line began to move, and their Kirishima and Tetsu looked confident and are looking forward to more work studies cases with pro hero Fat Gum. You sure look confident. Yeah, that's what real men do. 1 inch. Me too. We should expect more after Fat Gum summon us. Hope we get more work studies. And more bad guys to beat up. And be recognized as pro heroes. Right on. Yeah. Suddenly a large group of bank robbers barged in, and are armed with high-powered firearms, which they demonstrated by shooting down the guards, riddling them with large bullets that killed them on the spot and had the customers surrounded. They then shot one of the tellers as they warned them not to set off the silent alarm. This caused customers to scream in terror. Ek, KKYA, help, call the security. Someone save me, call Rambo, I don't want to die. I'm out of here. Bakugo is poised to get into action, but Kirishima and Tetsu urged him to stay back as they noted that the bullets the robbers using are designed to kill a victim in one shot. The two said they will deal with the robbers as their quirks will allow them to withstand the bullets, much to Bakugo's reluctance. Bakugo, better stay back. Those bullets look like they can shatter one's internal organs. It's like an instant kill whoever gets hit. Our quirks can handle the bullets. HMPH. Tell you what, once we distract them, then you can blow up their guns. You okay with that? Fine. As Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks, they are ready to face the bank robbers, but the person spoke as he discarded the trench coat and hat, revealing himself as pro hero Superalloy Darksheen, and the two UA students stared in awe seeing his body shining like metal, which appeared to be bronze as the pro hero tells the two youngsters that he will take care of things here. You boys stay back. What the? Whoa, I'll deal with those bank robbers. No way. Talk about heavy metal. Leave it to me, and everyone will be saved. Is he for real? Can't tell. At Heroes Association HQ, the scene shows that the executives are having a meeting where they discussed about the recent events, and among them is the unexpected resignation of the disguised Shoto Todoroki, as the executives feel that it was such a waste that the disguised Todoroki spend only a few weeks at the association, yet he quickly rose to A rank because of his rather impressive showing. The executives are baffled when the disguised Todoroki claimed that his reasons for resigning from the association is due to being unhappy and wished to retire, and executives attempted to offer him something to make him reconsider, but the executives failed and were compelled to grant it, and now they are figuring out how to fill the void left by the disguised Todoroki. This is quite a situation we have. Indeed, that boy had great potential and promise. Heck, he would have attained S-class in a few months from now. Why would he wish to resign? Perhaps he doesn't like his current status. Maybe he finds it difficult to his liking and pace about working at the Heroes Association. Stop daydreaming. We need to find a way to fill the void. The boy's ice powers were too valuable to us. Relax. We still have lots of heroes to fill the. We only have a few in S-class to B-class. And the ones in C-class are totally expendable. As the executives are bickering over this, They have no idea that the disguised Todoroki managed to discover something that led to his decision to resign after having seen enough what goes on within the Heroes Association. At the Todoroki residence, Shoto arrived and is greeted by his siblings Fuyumi and Naoto, and they asked how did it go at the Heroes Association, as the siblings are the only ones aware that Shoto went undercover there, seeing that their brother intend to see and experience what's it like working at the Heroes Association. There Shoto told Fuyumi and Naoto about the experience he felt, and while the pay is good, he saw some form of discrimination there, such as the treatment of heroes under the ranking system where heroes sorted onto the C class has to make a quota, and failure results in getting expelled and their names removed from the registry. Shoto also cited that those heroes under the S class and A class category can make their residence at the Heroes Association HQ while the B and C class heroes cannot, which made Fuyumi and Naoto feel annoyed at such standards. Seriously, what the hell? What kind of system is that? That's terrible. Good thing you quit, Shoto. That kind of environment is just like how our dad run things here. Naoto, don't use dad as. But it's true, sis. Calm down, Naoto. But, Shoto nodded in agreement, stating that the one who originally formed the association seemed to neglect this and wondered if he is still connected or not, feeling that the executives are now the ones running it and pulling the strings. There the Todoroki siblings discussed more and Fuyumi and Naoto also learned from Shoto that heroes sorted into S class and A class developed a superiority complex and oftentimes bragged their status while looking down on heroes who were on the B class and C class. The siblings told Shoto that he did the right thing in quitting Heroes Association while early, and urged him to stick with Uehai, which he nodded and urged his siblings to keep this discussion a secret, which the two assured that no one will find out. Nei-chan, Ni-san, please kept this discussion a secret. Of course, Shoto, sure, no problem, and please keep this from Dad. I don't want him to find out about this. Sure, you got it, thanks, you're welcome. No problem. Elsewhere, the scene shifts at a bank, where 3 UA students are currently lining up to talk to a customer teller so that they would inquire about opening a savings account due to Kirishima and Tetsu receiving wages from their hero work study, though Bakugo is just tagging along and whined about the long line. Kirishima smiled and urged his classmate to bear with it and promised that everything will go smoothly and after that they will stroll at the nearest mall, which Bakugo reluctantly grunted, saying as long as the air conditioner inside the bank is functioning and it doesn't make things unbearably hot. Come on, Bakugo, be a man and endure the heat. HMPH. After this we'll go to the mall. The air conditioner is good. Really? Yup, fine, just be a little patient. Whatever, shitty hair. Suddenly a large group of bank robbers barged in, and are armed with high-powered firearms, which they demonstrated by shooting down the guards, riddling them with large bullets that killed them on the spot and had the customers surrounded. They then shot one of the tellers, hitting her on the head, in which an explosive bullet is used and the teller's head exploded, and the robbers warned the hostages and bank staff members not to set off the silent alarm. This caused customers to scream in terror. KKYA, help, call the security. Someone save me, call Rambo, I don't want to die. I'm out of here. Bakugo is poised to get into action but Kirishima and Tetsu urged him to stay back as they noted that the bullets the robbers using are designed to kill a victim in one shot. The two said they will deal with the robbers as their quirks will allow them to withstand the bullets, much to Bakugo's reluctance. Bakugo, better stay back. Those bullets look like they can shatter one's internal organs. It's like an instant kill whoever gets hit. Our quirks can handle the bullets. HMPH. Tell you what, once we distract them, then you can blow up their guns. You okay with that? Fine. As Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks, they are ready to face the bank robbers, but the person spoke as he discarded the trench coat and hat, revealing himself as Pro-Hero Superalloy Darksheen, and the 2 UA students stared in awe seeing his body shining like metal, which appeared to be bronze as the Pro-Hero tells the 2 youngsters that he will take care of things here. You boys stay back. What the? Whoa, I'll deal with those bank robbers. No way. Talk about heavy metal. Leave it to me, and everyone will be saved. Is he for real? Can't tell. Darkshin then stepped forward as he confronted the bank robbers and warned them about the consequences if they do not surrender, which the robbers aimed their weapons at him, as they do not fear anyone, be it the law enforcers, civilians or pro-hero. However, they were put off by Darkshin's appearance, seeing that he is only clad in his short tights, making look like a human trophy, and asked him if he has a death wish or something. What the heck? Is he for real? What is he? He looks like a bronze statue. Or a human trophy. Whatever. It looks like he wants to die. Yeah, we can test our guns on him. Ha ha. Darkshin smirked while flexing his body, which made Kirishima and Tetsu sweat dropped, wondering if this guy is showing off or if he is aware of what is happening here. But then they heard some of the customers squealing, as they recognized Darkshin as a pro-hero, and both Tetsu and Kirishima stared in surprise at hearing this, shocked by the fact that a tan-skinned, muscular person clad only in a short tights is a pro-hero. You hear that, Kirishima? That guy's a pro-hero. Why is he only in a Speedo? Don't know if he's an exhibitionist or something. Maybe he thinks he's Apollo or something, you know. I wonder, what's his power is like? Probably similar to yours, Tetsu. Bakugo himself appeared doubtful that someone like Darkshin is a pro-hero, and if he is, why the getup? There some of the bank customers who recognize Darkshin cheered him on and urges him to take out the bank robbers and show them their places. Darkshin, save us. Stop those robbers. Make them sorry. Beat them up. Hurry. Stop them. Use your powers. You can open an account in this bank. The bank robbers stared in surprise as they slowly recognized Darkshin and began to falter. But the leader told them not to get spooked as they have weapons and that the explosive bullets will take care of the pro-hero in no time. The robbers nodded as their confidence returned as they believe that their weapons can match against any pro-heroes, and tells Darkshin that he will be an example of what would happen if anyone tries to get in their way. He's right. We got power guns. That's right. We can waste him. Teach these assholes a lesson. Ha ha. Now I'm pumped. Let's set an example. Good idea. Bakugo noticed that some of the robbers are aiming their weapons on the bank customers, and tells Kirishima and Tetsu to get going and distract the robbers while he will sneak closer to the rest of the robbers and destroy their weapons, which Kirishima asked if he is sure, worried that he might get shot, but Bakugo told his classmate not to worry, and tells him and Tetsu to use their quirks to deflect the bullets, and the trio UA students nodded in agreement. Just shut up and do it. You sure? Really, Bakugo? I'm serious. Block their ammo and I'll deal with the rest. Okay, you got it. Good. Be careful, and stay safe. The three UA students went into action as Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks, hardening and steel respectively, and the robbers were taken aback at seeing this, and realized that the two were students from UA High, and the leader of the robbers told his men to open fire at the two, urging them to disregard the fact that they are kids and treat them as disposable hostages. Shoot them down. Kill them. They're just disposable brats. Right, you got it. Waste these mother BPRS. Make them bleed on their diapers. Murder them. Die. Ha ha. The robbers opened fire and the explosive bullets struck the two teens. Their quirks somewhat deflected the bullets, yet the impact caused Kirishima to stagger back, which prompted Tetsu to take the brunt and managed to hold the bullets back, and this prompted Darkshin to provide assistance, using his body to deflect the bullets. The two UA students were amazed at seeing Darkshin's body withstanding the bullets as if he is made of armor, specifically bronze. Ease up, kids. Leave it to me. Whoa, his body held off the bullets. This is something only a pro-hero can do. You can't. We can, sir. We got our provisional hero license, so. Really? Yeah, let's work together, sir. Elsewhere, Izuku Midoriya is walking by the streets as he is having a day off and decided to take a stroll as he needed to relax, having trained himself at the gym within UA High, and as he passed by an electronics store, a TV on display showed a sudden news flash about hero killer Stain managing to escape, and this made Midoriya feel surprised. The shopkeeper saw the news, and having recognized Midoriya, he advised him to be careful as the hero killer is no joke and that he doesn't choose any targets and will go attack any more he deem a faker, whether they are teenagers or not. You ought to be careful, kid. Why yeah, this ain't a joke. The hero killer means business. I know. With All Might retired, it's up to Endeavor to stop him. Yeah, I know the feeling. Better be careful and not wander off. I will. Midoriya recalled his last encounter with Stain and wondered what would happen if they crossed paths again, and what if Stain decides to target him should he deem Midoriya a faker again. Elsewhere, the scene shows that Stain has managed to elude his pursuers and just acquired bladed weapons of his own, and now planning to resume his crusade and rid society of fake heroes and make his statement known. This time, I will fix this messed up society. Meanwhile, news of Stain's escape has been reported and many of the citizens are apprehensive, yet some are confident that heroes will bring him down and deem the hero killer a hopeless attention seeker and hope that he gets his comeuppance. Stain got away again. What's he up to? Hope the heroes get him again. Endeavor will do it. How about that cyborg hero? Genos. Hey, the bald guy with the cape. He can knock the hero killer with one punch. Seriously. At Heroes Association HQ, the executives are having a meeting after getting info about the hero killer, and while they initially deem him just another small-timer, they changed their minds after they received additional information about what Stain is capable of, and soon they realized that the financial backers of Heroes Association might become Stain's target. Thus, if that happens, Heroes Association might be compromised if Stain kills the financial backers. There they discussed about what to do and made suggestions that they send pro-heroes to hunt down Stain, and among those candidates mentioned include S-Class, Atomic Samurai, Metal Bat, Zombie Man, Pig God, Tatsumaki, Silver Fang, Genos, Puri Puri Prisoner. Majority of the executives agree to the suggestion, though other executive members suggested to utilize pro-heroes in the A-Class category, which includes Cayman Ami Mask, Heavy Tank Loincloth, Blue Fire, Magic Trick Man, Death Gatling, Stinger, Lightning Genji, Lightning Max, Golden Ball, Spring Mustachio, Chain in Toad, Snake Fist Snack, Heavy Kong. Another executive then suggested utilizing pro-heroes under the B-Class category, which includes the following: Fubuki, Wild Horn, Saitama, Jet Nice Guy. The executives began to debate as they have preferences on which category of heroes to be used, as they are worried that pro-heroes of other industries might overshadow Heroes Association should other heroes, such as Endeavor and Hawks, catch Stain, and if that happens it may make Heroes Association look bad, which the executives agree on the topic. We need to step up our activities to increase our reputation. Yes, we can't let other pro-heroes hog the spotlight. Indeed. If we manage to take down this Stain, we would look more favorable to the public. Not only that, our financial backers would be impressed if we manage to take down the hero killer, and this would entice more businessmen to back our organization financially. Then we must pool our resources and pitch ideas. Which pro-hero are we going to send in hunting down Stain? Right, I'm listening. Meanwhile, the scene shifts at the bank, where Bakugo noticed that some of the robbers are aiming their weapons on the bank customers, and tells Kirishima and Tetsu to get going and distract the robbers while he will sneak closer to the rest of the robbers and destroy their weapons, which Kirishima asked if he is sure, worried that he might get shot, but Bakugo told his classmate not to worry, and tells him and Tetsu to use their quirks to deflect the bullets, and the trio UA students nodded in agreement. Just shut up and do it. You sure? Really? Bakugo. I'm serious. Block their ammo and I'll deal with the rest. Okay, you got it. Good. Be careful, and stay safe. The three UA students went into action as Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks, Hardening and Steel respectively, and the robbers were taken aback at seeing this, and realized that the two were students from UA High, and the leader of the robbers told his men to open fire at the two, urging them to disregard the fact that they are kids and treat them as disposable hostages. Shoot them down. Kill them. They're just disposable brats. Right, you got it. Waste these mother beat BRS. Make them bleed on their diapers. Murder them. Die. Ha ha. The robbers opened fire and the explosive bullets struck the two teens. Their quirks somewhat deflected the bullets, yet the impact caused Kirishima to stagger back, which prompted Tetsu to take the brunt and managed to hold the bullets back, and this prompted Darksheen to provide assistance, using his body to deflect the bullets. The two UA students were amazed at seeing Darkshin's body withstanding the bullets as if he is made of armor, specifically bronze. Ease up, kids. Leave it to me. Whoa, his body held off the bullets. This is something only a pro hero can do. You can't. We can, sir. We got our provisional hero license, so. Really? Yeah, let's work together, sir. Nodding, Darkshin and Tetsu began to work together as they used their bodies to deflect the bullets, which allowed Kirishima to get closer and began to knock down some of the robbers while Bakugo got close and used his explosion quirk to cause the weapons to explode, disarming the robbers, and this caused the others to buck under pressure. But the leader urged his cohorts to stand their ground as he grabbed a pregnant woman and aimed his rifle inside the woman's mouth, threatening to shoot her to death if the heroes do not stand down, which Bakugo sneered at the bluff and said he won't be fooled, but Kirishima urged his classmate to calm down and tells him not to act recklessly as the pregnant woman's baby and life are at stake. Ease up, Bakugo. Grr, we can't risk getting the pregnant woman getting hurt. Damn it, we need a plan. Got any idea, Kirishima? We can't move like this. Things became tense as the robbers gained the upper hand as the leader of the robbers have a good hold on the hostage, which forced the three UA students and Darkshin to stand still, and he ordered his men to shoot the three heroes to death as a display on who is in charge and to show everyone what happens if anyone dare defy him. The henchmen roared in approval as they prepare their weapons to shoot down the three teenagers to death and then shoot down Darkshin. Shoot them down. Yes, boss. Got it. Let's ace these mother beepers. Show them their places. Ha ha. Bye bye, heroes. See you on the other side. As Bakugo, Kirishima and Tetsu gritted their teeth as they couldn't do anything, an unexpected situation took place as someone barges in and catches the robbers' attention, which turn out to be Geno's, as he happened to be passing by, and after hearing of the situation he uses his cybernetic eyes and got the gist, and this prompted him to charge inside the bank. There he uses his weapons to disable the robbers' weapons, and this allowed Darkshin and the three UA students to charge and take down the robbers, and soon the police came in and captured them, and moments later both Darkshin and Geno's are given praise, whilst Bakugo is displeased that he, Kirishima and Tetsu are being overlooked and overshadowed. Kirishima tried to cheer his classmate up and assured that one day their talents and heroics will be recognized by the public, which Tetsu agreed, though Bakugo is still displeased with what just happened. Cheer up, Bakugo. Yeah, we saved the day, and still we weren't recognized for stopping the bank robbers. We'll get the praise we deserve. Yeah, just be patient. HMPH. Come on, be happy. Meanwhile, Darkshin thanked Geno's for the assist, which the cyborg said it is nothing, and applauded Darkshin for managing to hold off the robbers. Darkshin then admitted that he got assistance from teenagers who are students at a hero school, which somewhat piqued Geno's curiosity. Students, as heroes. Yeah, that's what they say. I heard of it. There are several schools that teaches students to become future pro heroes. Me too. Well, there are a lot of them, Shiketsu, UA. I'll do a research on it. Whatever. We better go. Fine. The scene shifts at a secret hideout, where the person identified only as Dr. Bafoy is having a meeting with one of the businessmen who is into the support items industry, and while he is wealthy to a degree, he is starting to lose potential clients and is desperate to get a certain someone out of his way whom he is deeming a threat, and there he begged to Dr. Bafoy to help him as this potential threat is causing him to lose his source of income. Bafoy is at first not interested and asked his client why would he approached him for such a shallow request, and there the businessman revealed the person he deemed a threat to his livelihood, Mei Hatsume. Bafoy stared at the monitor looking at the photo of Hatsume and asked his client why is he so shaken up over a teenage girl, but the client told Bafoy what he knows about Hatsume and the fact about her skills as an inventor and her marketing skills over support items. I tell you, Hatsume is someone not to be taken lightly. Really? Yes, she's a threat to me. Surely you can. I tell you, she's not some ordinary bitch who can tinker with items. I'll show you. Here. Bafoy stared at Hatsume's image shown on his huge monitor, and sensed that he has seen her somewhere before, and he tells the client that he will call him back as he will study his options on whether to help him or not, which the client asked if Bafoy is sure. Really, Bafoy, can you really? Give me time to think things through. But, I will call you back. Wait. After that Before ended the call and went to his monitor and did a research on Hatsume on the internet and soon found a search bar on YouTube where Hatsume is shown on the US Sports Festival where she passed the preliminary rounds and the Calvary battle and made it to the semifinals where she fought Tenya Iida. And there Before rubbed his chin after seeing what Hatsume did there, quite impressed at the support items she made while doing an infomercial. Before then searched the internet to see which companies that Hatsume is planning to meet and how to sabotage her, as well as developing a fascination to plunder her inventions to see if hers are superior to his or not. At the streets of Roppongi, a trio of businessmen are seen walking, and apparently drunk after a drinking session whilst romancing some prostitutes as they were having a good time, whilst the prostitutes are asking favors so as to get some source of extra money. The trio businessmen can be heard bragging that the Heroes Association are a better institution than the Public Safety Commission, and that the S-class heroes can do a better job than what top-tier heroes do, as they look down on top heroes Endeavor and Hawks. The Heroes Association is a better institution than those we seen. Yeah, at least we have top heroes, unlike that muscled pyromaniac and that birdbrain. Heh. Throw a bucket of water and Endeavor is extinguished. Pluck a feather and Hawks is fried chicken. Them is the current number 1 and number 2, Big deal. They're just garbage. Indeed. When the prostitutes asked what are their opinions on the retired All Might, the drunken businessman bursts into laughter, saying that All Might is nothing but a windbag as a hole punctured his body and now just a skeleton who would make a good skeleton puppet for display at biology classes as well as a mascot for Halloween. I say he's perfect for a horror movie. Or a perfect costume for a Halloween party. I bet our children would love that. Yeah, All Might is obsolete now. I can kick him on the balls right now. Slap his face. He's an old hag on a respirator. Throw an oxygen tank on him, he'll be wheezing for mercy. Ha. The prostitutes, surprisingly, were disgusted at the men's answer. The women have a certain degree of respect for All Might after sacrificing himself to defeat a powerful villain like All for One, and the prostitutes slapped the 3 men and left. Despite this, the drunken fools felt that as long as they financially support the Heroes Association they are untouchable. They laughed as they decided to go look for another group of prostitutes. However, someone stood in their path, and despite being drunk the men have some presence of mind and they began to tremble in fear as they recognized who stood in front of them. What the N? No way, it's him. Oh. Geez, not him. You got to be kidding me. Guys, we should. It was Hero Killer Stain, and he is disgusted at how they show no respect to the retired All Might and he drew his blades, asking them if they have any last words before they receive a lesson in life, and promised to make it painful. Any last words before I make mincemeat out of you fools? The trio took out their smartphone to call the Heroes Association for help, but ended up arguing on which hero they should summon, as they have preferences, such as ones from B class, A class and S class. Quick, call the Heroes Association. Get a pro hero here. I'll call for Moomin Rider. You idiot, he won't last for 2 seconds. Get Pineapple Man. Think harder, idiot. B-class heroes are useless like the C-class heroes. The Fubuki group. Fubuki. She can handle him. Try Am I Masked. He's A-class top guy. No can do. Call Silverfang. He can do it. He's an S-class. Infuriated at the lowliness of the businessmen who financially support the Heroes Association, Stain uses his knives and attacked the trio, severely wounding them and said that those in the so-called Heroes Association are mere fakers and would never measure up to All Might, and then he left, where the trio beeped in painting while calling for help. Ow. H help. M mommy. H help me. S save me. A anyone. C call the. Ow. I'm gonna die. A few minutes later some passerby passed by and are shocked at seeing the men's bloody states and they immediately called the ambulance to get help. A few days later, the scene shifts at UA Academy where Hatsume is at Power Loader's workshop, as she is working on her newest sets of babies, and their Power Loader came and told her that a company is requesting her presence as they are interested in purchasing her invented support items as well as wanting to make a business deal with her. Hatsume stared in an overly jovial manner as she felt that her babies are finally being recognized, though Power Loader said that he is going to ask Nezu to have her excused from classes, and Hatsume said she is grateful. Yes, thank you. Easy, Hatsume. At last, my babies are finally getting the recognition they deserve. But try not to spook your potential clients. Sure. As long as you do that, I hope that. No problem, Power Loader. Okay, I'll go see the principal, wait for my call. After an hour, Power Loader told Hatsume that she is given permission, but she would have to be accompanied by select representatives from the business course to ensure that her demonstration would go smoothly, which she said she doesn't mind it as long as she can make a good impression to her potential clients. Power Loader just nodded and tells her to contact the company so they can set up a date for the demonstration, which she grinned as she took out her smartphone and thanked Power Loader for his help in making things possible. Yes, thank you. Easy, Hatsume, don't get overly excited. At last, my babies are finally getting the recognition they deserve. After some time, they are getting the attention they deserve. But try not to spook your potential clients, and make sure your inventions don't blow up on their faces. Sure. As long as you do that, I hope that. No problem, Power Loader. Ha. Okay. Good luck. Later. The time now is 1700, and you can see Hatsume leaving UA Academy, where she is seen talking with her schoolmates from the business course as they coached her on how to impress the members of the companies they are slated to meet, and there she assured to them that everything will go smoothly without problems. The 3 business course classmates whispered amongst themselves as they feel nervous after seeing some of her inventions go haywire and almost caused a scene, yet they are staking at this and hope that she would do well. You think, I'm dreading this. Me too. Well, we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, and hope that her meeting will be successful. Right, UA Academy's reputation is on the line. And hopefully she doesn't screw up this time. By then Izuku Midoriya passed by and Hatsume called him as she gives him the support items he requested and he thanked her for that, which she said it is nothing as she takes pride in perfecting her babies. Thanks, Hatsume-san. Sure, no problem. They are going to be a big help to me. I know. Still, I owe you one on this. It's fine. They're my babies after all. Not far. Someone is watching them, and the line of sight is focused on Hatsume giving Midoriya instructions on how to operate the support items, looking interested in it, and the scene zoomed towards the watcher, who is hiding from a distance. It turns out to be the pro hero, Metal Knight, and he is seemingly observing Hatsume as he is watching her every move, and it is slowly revealed that Metal Knight sent some mini drones that are equipped with scramblers to render itself invisible to UA Academy's sensors, and somehow obtained footage of the support items she stored at Power Loader's workshop. And their Metal Knight also overheard the discussion about Hatsume meeting with a company who wished to invest in Hatsume's inventions, and it appeared that Metal Knight has an unrevealed motive towards the support course student. So, that's Hatsume. I will follow her and see what she is made of. Later. The time now is 1700, and you can see Hatsume leaving UA Academy, where she is seen talking with her schoolmates from the business course as they coached her on how to impress the members of the companies they are slated to meet, and there she assured to them that everything will go smoothly without problems. The 3 business course classmates whispered amongst themselves as they feel nervous after seeing some of her inventions go haywire and almost caused a scene, yet they are staking at this and hope that she would do well. You think, I'm dreading this. Me too. Well, we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, and hope that her meeting will be successful. Right, UA Academy's reputation is on the line. And hopefully she doesn't screw up this time. By then Izuku Midoriya passed by and Hatsume called him as she gives him the support items he requested and he thanked her for that, which she said it is nothing as she takes pride in perfecting her babies. Thanks, Hatsume-san. Sure, no problem. They are going to be a big help to me. I know. Still, I owe you one on this. It's fine. They're my babies after all. Not far. Someone is watching them, and the line of sight is focused on Hatsume giving Midoriya instructions on how to operate the support items, looking interested in it, and the scene zoomed towards the watcher, who is hiding from a distance. It turns out to be the pro hero, Metal Knight, and he is seemingly observing Hatsume as he is watching her every move, and it is slowly revealed that Metal Knight sent some mini drones that are equipped with scramblers to render itself invisible to UA Academy's sensors, and somehow obtained footage of the support items she stored at Power Loader's workshop. And their Metal Knight also overheard the discussion about Hatsume meeting with a company who wished to invest in Hatsume's inventions, and it appeared that Metal Knight has an unrevealed motive towards the support course student. So, that's Hatsume. I will follow her and see what she is made of. As both Hatsume and Midoriya walked off and heading for Heights Alliance. The drones discreetly followed her as Metal Knight continued to monitor Hatsume, curious to see what kind of person she is, as he discovered that she created lots of support items and deemed her a worthy rival, and through the drones, Metal Knight can hear Hatsume telling Midoriya that she is due to meeting with the various companies who are interested in seeing her babies, and if things go well, she could secure a business deal and earn money. This would in turn give her the resources she needs to purchase more items to help her create more babies, and Midoriya smiled as he felt that this could be her time to shine, yet hoped that things do not go haywire like what happened recently as he fell victim to another of Hatsume's experimental babies. Really? Well, I hope things go well. I'm confident that things will get good. Wish me luck, Midoriya. Why yeah, if I bag the best business deal, I'll give you a big discount. However, Sakura Petals are seen passing by them, and the two first-year students turn around, and saw who it was. Bibimi Kenranzuki, who is riding on top of a tank that has her face installed, and there she tells Hatsume that she too got an offer and will showcase her inventions that would blow away the competition. Hatsume became more hyped, and said she will prove to all that her babies will emerge the winner, and Midoriya's sweat dropped as both Hatsume and Kenranzuki are staring daggers at each other despite them grinning in a very terrifying way. You think you can? Yes, you zygote. My babies are superior. They're no better than tadpoles. You'll regret those words, you eyelashes freak. Bring it on, salmon head. Oh ho 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 ho. The next day, Hatsume is seen riding on one of her inventions, which is a mecha truck, where it carries all of her inventions and is heading towards one of the corporate buildings where the various representatives of the support items companies are going to interview her and see if her inventions are worth investing, and as she drives away, it was soon followed by Kenranzuki, who is riding on top of a Trojan horse-like vehicle, containing her own support items to showcase. Midoriya and Iida saw this and sweat dropped, wondering if both Hatsume and Kenranzuki would be okay, as both experienced seeing Hatsume's inventions go wild and nearly sent them to the hospital if not for Recovery Girl's Quirk. Although they do not have a problem with Kenranzuki, they are more worried about Hatsume, and hope that things go well with her, as the last thing they want to hear is that her invention would cause harm rather than success. There they go. Yeah, it's a good thing I wasn't assigned as an escort. Iida-kun, and you're better off not going with them, Midoriya. Really? Yes. Hatsume will surely use you as a guinea pig. As Midoriya and Iida went back inside UA Academy, they did not notice that Metal Knight is following the two support course students, as he seemed to be interested at seeing what Hatsume and Kenranzuki has to offer, and what to do next should things get interesting. Much later, the scene shifts at a parking lot of a well-known company, where the various business representatives are watching and listening, as both Hatsume and Kenranzuki are displaying their latest support items, which consists of a powered suit that vaguely resembles and functions like the ones seen in superhero movies, such as Iron Man. The business representatives watched the demonstrations and are quite impressed at what the two girls shown, and it appeared that things looked promising as the inventions appeared to be beneficial and would be a big help to the company, and the representatives are discussing on whether to commission both Hatsume and Kenranzuki to make a supply of the suits. Moreover, the representatives believe that if they strike a deal with Hatsume and Kenranzuki, it would give the company a huge advantage over rival companies, and they are now considering in giving the two UA students a lucrative offer. What do you think? Well, both their items looked good. Yeah, it could make us money. And we will benefit from this. So then, Hatsume and Kenranzuki saw the representatives' positive reactions, and they are pleased with the presentations they made, as not only would this bring pride and joy to UA Academy, but also increase the reputation of the support course, and both girls glanced at each other, admitting that while the competition is good, they both complimented that they are doing their best and led to a very good outcome. I admit, you are good. And so are you, senpai. You really are talented. You too. Let's do our best, Hatsume. Sure. My babies are raring to go. Ho ho ho. Ha ha ha. Not far. The businessman whom he talked to before a few days ago is seething in dismay, seeing that Hatsume is on the verge of making a business deal with the company he is trying to woo, and could not believe that a mere teenager would steal his prospect and wondered what is Befoy doing and why he hasn't make a move yet. Damn that bitch, what is Befoy doing? Suddenly, something happened as the powered suits began to move on its own and started to go wild, thrashing everything in sight, and Hatsume became alarmed, as she knows that the powered suits are currently turned off, and as she tries using the remote control, the suits would not respond, and this made Hatsume wondered what just happened. The business representatives are now terrified and realize that they made a bad and wrong choice and tells Hatsume that the deal is off as they are scampering away for safety. Shit. Wah. I hate this. We quit. The deal's off. Take your junk with you. You useless tech freak. We hate you. Kenranzuki, on the other hand, sensed that something is amiss, as her inventions too are going wild, but she somewhat anticipated that something is happening as she uses an invention to see what is causing it, and discovered that a programming malware infiltrated her invention and brought out her invention, which allows her to erase the invading malware and uses it to shut down her invention, saving the business representatives. Their Kenranzuki attempts to the same to the rampaging power suits, but the suits, about 8 of them, flew and went out of range, and as Hatsume tries to regain 4,444 control of them, Kenranzuki told Hatsume what is going on, and the salmon-haired colored girl stared wide-eyed, as she couldn't believe that someone would want to sabotage her. What? My babies were hit with a malware. Based on my observation. Who would do that? Got a business rival? I don't think. Let's solve that later. We need to stop your inventions. Right. Let's go, Hatsume. Kenranzuki then offered to give Hatsume a ride as they intend to go after the rampaging power suits, and hoped that she could get closer in range so that her invention would shut down the possessed suits, which Hatsume thanked her for the offer. Thanks, Senpai. I appreciate it. It's fine. I can't believe my babies would. Seems that someone wants to sabotage you. Why? I never been outside UA. Perhaps there's a company that deems you a threat to their business. No way. That's what I think. Not far. Metal Knight is seen watching, where it is revealed that he uses a device to secretly install a malware that causes Hatsume's powered suit to go haywire, and there the business rival is seen sighing in relief that his prayers have been answered. There Befoy contacted the client and tells him that he has fulfilled his bargain and tells him to use this chance to woo the company representatives, which the businessman thanked Befoy for his help. There. I delivered my promise. Yes. Now do what you have to do. Yes. Thank you. Now stop bothering me. I will. Good. Ha ha. Amid all this, Metal Knight is seen observing from the shadows and is eyeing both Hatsume and Kenranzuki as the two girls are going into action to try restrain the power suits that went out of control, and their Metal Knight is planning on something before striking. Somewhere within the vicinity, Genos is seen leaving a supermarket as he did some shopping errands, and is heading back to the apartment where he and Saitama are currently staying. There some people are odd at seeing the cyborg pro-hero, which they noted that he was good-looking, though others wondered why he chose the hero name of Demon Cyborg. Look, it's him. Genos, is it? He's good-looking. I heard he's only 19. Poor lad, he's all mecha. Why come up with the Demon Cyborg name? Beats me. Suddenly, another pro-hero showed up and approached Genos. It was Drive Knight, and there he covertly informed Genos that he got some intel that Metal Knight is planning to harass some hero students to make them look bad and then make himself look like a hero. Genos stared at Drive Knight as he appeared to be a bit wary ever since Drive Knight told him to keep his distance from Metal Knight as that pro-hero is not to be trusted, and there Genos asked Drive Knight what he knows about this intel. From what I heard, Metal Knight is putting an eye on some teenagers aspiring to become pro-heroes. Are you sure? As I told you before, be wary towards Metal Knight. He cannot be trusted. Why go all the trouble just to tell me that? Answer me. For now, Metal Knight is somewhere near this vicinity. If you see him harass some teenagers, that's when you make your move. Be wary. His ranking is high, and whether you wish to confront him would depend on the situation that might affect your ranking. Drive Knight. After hearing this, Genos leave the scene as he intend to see if Drive Knight is right about this and see if investigating Metal Knight is something to be taken seriously. Drive Knight watches on as onlookers stared at him, wondering if he is really a person inside a suit or a cyborg like Genos, where opinion is divided amongst the onlookers. Drive Knight, he looks cool. Is he a mecha human like Genos? Maybe similar to Iron Man. Does he have a quirk? Is he related to Genos in some way? Want to see them in action? Yeah, X. The situation somewhat worsened as the inventions went on a rampage as Hatsume tried everything she could to deactivate the devices. But to no avail, and there Kenranzuki attempts to do the same to the rampaging power suits, but the suits, about 8 of them, flew and went out of range, and as Hatsume tries to regain control of them, Kenranzuki told Hatsume what is going on, and the salmon-haired colored girl stared wide-eyed, as she couldn't believe that someone would want to sabotage her. What? My babies were hit with a malware. Based on my observation. Who would do that? Got a business rival? I don't think. Let's solve that later. We need to stop your inventions. Right, let's go, Hatsume. Kenranzuki then offered to give Hatsume a ride as they intend to go after the rampaging power suits, and hoped that she could get closer in range so that her invention would shut down the possessed suits, which Hatsume thanked her for the offer. Thanks, Senpai. I appreciate it. It's fine. I can't believe my babies would. Seems that someone wants to sabotage you. Why? I never been outside UA. Perhaps there's a company that deems you a threat to their business. No way. That's what I think. Not far. Metal Knight is seen watching, where it is revealed that he uses a device to secretly install a malware that causes Hatsume's powered suit to go haywire, and there the business rival is seen sighing in relief that his prayers have been answered. There Befoy contacted the client and tells him that he has fulfilled his bargain and tells him to use this chance to woo the company representatives, which the businessman thanked Befoy for his help. There, I delivered my promise. Yes, now do what you have to do. Yes, thank you. Now stop bothering me. I will. Good. Ha ha. Amid all this, Metal Knight is seen observing from the shadows and is eyeing both Hatsume and Kenranzuki as the two girls are going into action to try restrain the power suits that went out of control, and their Metal Knight is planning on something before striking. Several minutes later, the scene shifts at the streets where Midoriya and Iida are walking by, as they are heading to a mall to buy something as a teacher gave them an errand to do and got Aizawa's permission, and the two Class 1A members wondered how the demonstration that Hatsume intend to show would become a good news given that she always get things haywire. Iida commented that he doesn't want to know as he would steer clear from her at all costs, which Midoriya's sweat dropped at his classmate's reaction. Aren't you a bit sorry, Midoriya-kun, but I really want to avoid her no matter what. I rather deal with Power Loader than Hatsume. Still, Iida, you should give her not a chance. Suddenly, the powered suits that Hatsume brought for the business demonstration appeared and are out of control, and began to thrash anything in its path, and both Midoriya and Iida were taken aback, as they wondered how those suits ended up here since they know that Hatsume is at a corporate area to do a demonstration. I knew it, Midoriya-kun, you see that, that's why I wish to avoid Hatsume. Hold on, what, we shouldn't jump to conclusions. But, seeing that no pro-heroes are present at the moment, Midoriya and Iida went into action and attempted to subdue the rampaging suits, which proved difficult at first because the suits moved quite fast, with Iida using his Recipro burst to match the speed of the suits. Midoriya then uses the full cowling to catch up one of the suits and uses Black Whip to pull it to the ground and uses Delaware Smash to put it out of commission. Iida managed to grab the other and tried to pull it to slow it down, and Midoriya came and provided some assistance and uses the Delaware Smash to knock it out. Iida thanked Midoriya but then saw 4 more about to cause some trouble. The two Class 1A members wondered what went wrong, which Iida believed that Hatsume screwed up again, yet Midoriya felt that they should get answers from her directly before accusing her of anything. We should first put those things out of commission. Then we ask Hatsume. That way we'll know what happened. Are you sure? Yes. In the spirit of fair play. Fine, let's go. Okay. By then Hatsume and Kenranzuki arrived, where the third-year support course student brought out a remote control and pressed it, where moments later the 4 suits are deactivated, and their Midoriya asked her what happened, as he saw Hatsume frantically searched for something from the wrecked remains of the damaged suits. Kenranzuki told Midoriya and Iida what happened several minutes ago, and the two Class 1A members are surprised to hear that someone would go far and sabotage Hatsume's demonstration, and that someone would covertly install a malware that would make the suits malfunction and go on a rampage, and Midoriya asked Hatsume if she knows anyone who bore a grudge against her. Kenranzuki and Iida listened as the other two teens talked. So you're saying that a sabotage took place? That's what I'm thinking. Hatsume, once I find proof that I'm right, I'll find the villain who messed with my babies. Calm down, Hatsume-san. I can't. Easy. Suddenly, the powered suits began to move again and the four UA Academy students are surprised to see this, and Iida asked Kenranzuki if she really deactivated them, which she said that she did, and is baffled as to how this happened. Are you sure, Kenranzuki-senpai? Yeah, I'm sure. How did those things move again? Don't know. We should take them down. I guess there's no other way at this time. Let's go. Before the quartet are about to take action, Genos arrived and uses his cybernetic weapons to take down the power suits, and once taken care of, Kenranzuki inspected them and caught a glimpse of what appeared to be a foreign object latched onto one of the suits. Before Kenranzuki could take the object, Metal Knight arrived and uses a device that magnetically levitate the suits and are being taken away, which Hatsume protests, but Metal Knight tells her that the Hero Association now has jurisdiction in this case, which Midoriya and Iida confronted the pro-hero and said that the suits belong to Hatsume and thus he cannot confiscate them. But Metal Knight is unnerved and proceeded to have the suits taken away, and Genos confronted Metal Knight and asked him if he predicted this to happen, which he flatly denied. Metal Knight, are you aware of this situation? No. Why are you confiscating them, as only the police can do that? The police has given the Heroes Association certain freedom to do this as long as it would help the police. Those things belong to that girl. Not anymore. By then the CEO of the company which Hatsume went to came, and he looked like a human charcoal due to the rampaging power suits, and he blamed Hatsume for the incident and made it known that he will never do business with her again, and with him or the police, as the CEO tells the cops to have her arrested. Kenranzuki and the two Class 1A members are surprised as the cops obliges as they handcuffed her and took her away, all the while Hatsume screaming in disbelief, while Genos saw Metal Knight took his leave along with the power suits. Genos is now taking Drive Knight's word seriously, as he now suspected that Metal Knight may have played a role here without revealing himself. Within hours Hatsume is released after Nezu spoke to the CEO about what happened, and it is revealed that both sides reached a settlement and all charges were dropped. Hatsume is frustrated at what happened, and Power Loader comforted her, assuring that UA Academy will investigate the matter, mentioning that Nezu is set to have a dialogue with the Heroes Association to hear their side regarding Metal Knight's actions. Easy, Hatsume. We'll get to the bottom of this. I'm frustrated and humiliated. Nezu said he will covertly investigate the matter. Give it a day and we'll discuss this tomorrow. A few days ago, the executive members are having an emergency meeting and the members appeared to be in a tensed state, and are somewhat panicking, for a particular reason. Recent events showed that one of the S-class heroes, Metal Knight, has used the privileges to do certain police procedures and confiscated the seemingly wrecked remains of the power suits that were created by a student from UA Academy. Although the executive members were quick to disavow any knowledge, they were taken by surprise when UA Academy principal, Nezu, paid the Heroes Association HQ a surprise visit, and despite his rodent-like size and appearance, the executive members were intimidated at how Nezu carried himself, especially when he demanded that he wished to speak to Metal Knight. One of the committee members tried a cutesy coaxing just to make Nezu forget everything, but Nezu did not bite and used his calm, yet intimidating aura, asking if the Heroes Association are attempting to cover up what Metal Knight did to Hatsume. And no, that's not true. We aren't hiding anything. Really? Yes, really, Nezu-san. Honest. We are a group of benevolent body. We fight for justice and all. Moreover, Genos appeared and testified, and this puts the executive members on the defensive, and their Nezu tells them how are they going to address this, as Metal Knight's actions would cause confidence doubt on the public, as Nezu showed proof that someone intentionally sabotaged Hatsume's business presentation, and that Metal Knight confiscated Hatsume's power suits and has not returned them since then. One executive member appeared and managed to persuade Nezu that the Heroes Association will look into Metal Knight's actions while apologizing for what happened to Hatsume. Feeling satisfied for now, Nezu left. The executive members are now debating on what to do, as Metal Knight's actions have put the Heroes Association in a rather precarious situation, and while half of the committee members are in favor of summoning and reprimanding Metal Knight, the other half are against it, as they felt that his unlimited source of technological donations to the Heroes Association are very valuable and voted to let it slide for now. This caused the 8 committee members to argue as they are locked in on how to deal with what Metal Knight has done, which might potentially get into conflict with one of society's well-known institution where students aspire to become pro-heroes. What? Are you crazy? You're saying we should turn a blind eye on this? You saw how that Nezu almost eat us. Relax. We got this covered. You worry too much. That rat can't do anything. At UA Academy, the scene shifts at Power Loader's workshop, where you can see Hatsume working non-stop as she installed a device that can block any potential malware on her babies. Her fellow support course schoolmates were looking quite concerned, seeing that her face showed that she had a rather malevolent intent after what she went through, which to her, is the ultimate humiliation. They were worried that Hatsume might use her inventions to track down Metal Knight and pick a fight with him, and they whispered among themselves about what they think about the Heroes Association. Hatsume's pissed. I can tell. I heard that Nezu went to the Heroes Association. What do you think? I heard that you can earn money there. And you can ascend through rankings. Really? That's what I heard. By then, Power Loader came, and when the students told him the situation, the teacher nodded and assured to them that he will persuade Hatsume to calm down and not give in to rage, as he knows that she is in a bad mood due to being sabotaged and wrongly accused. Power Loader approached Hatsume and urged her to calm down and not get riled over what happened recently, and he told her that Nezu has his sight on the Heroes Association, believing that the organization is attempting to cover up for Metal Knight, though Hatsume appeared less pleased as she said that because of him, she lost face in her chance to impress the corporate companies. Power Loader assured to her that this is not the end, and is sure that Metal Knight will one day get the karmic payback that he deserved, and urged her to revert to the Hatsume that Ua loved and treasured, which slowly worked as she started to calm down. So calm down. I promise you'll get the justice you deserve. Hatsume. Fine. Good. HMPH. Easy. At the entrance, Midoriya and Iida were eavesdropping and looked quite worried after seeing what happened recently. Iida voiced his concern about how Metal Knight's actions would affect the image of pro-heroes after how he treated Hatsume with contempt, yet Midoriya said that Nezu will have to figure it out since he is the principal. Not far, Todoroki overheard the conversation, and he clenched his fists as he is not only concerned about what happened recently, but is also wary about Metal Knight. Since going undercover by disguising as a stranger and secretly infiltrated Heroes Association, he managed to get some intel, and is aware of the corruption that is plaguing the association, especially when he secretly discovered that some of the executive members were rather submissive towards someone who appeared to represent Metal Knight, but he is unable to gather more info. He approached Midoriya and Iida, telling them that he got word that Nezu has put the Heroes Association on notice, and said that the principal is not convinced that the Heroes Association are unaware of Metal Knight's actions. He told his 2 classmates that they should leave things to Nezu as he will get things going from here on. Huh, really? That's what I heard. I see. For now, we let the principal deal with this matter. Right, after all, he is in charge of UA Academy. Yeah. The 2 nodded and decided to join Todoroki in heading back to Heights Alliance, and things went generally peaceful. A few days later, the scene shifts at a hardware store inside a popular mall, where Hatsume is looking for some spare parts that she could use to make more inventions, and as Hatsume is asking the sales clerk for some item parts, she could overhear whispers from other customers, who appeared to be wary towards the support course student after the power suits she invented went out of control, which was televised live recently, and began to wonder if Ua made the right choice in having someone posing a risk like Hatsume. Look at that girl, she's a walking disaster. Shouldn't Ua Academy expel her? She would bring the image of the academy down. She's reckless. A failure. What a disgrace. Indeed, Hatsume was silent as she felt a bit humiliated, But then the rival businessman who secretly had Metal Knight sabotage her presentation recently showed up, and started to discreetly taunt her, saying that she should give it up as she has no talent in making inventions. As Hatsume glared at the rival, someone came to her defense, which turned out to be Momo Yaoyorozu, and she told him to knock it off or else he would face arrest for slander and provocation, which the rival businessman stared wide-eyed as he realized that Yaoyorozu's father is one of the company's sponsors that the rival has been wooing financially. Ah, you ought to know your place and stop humiliating people without reason. Why yes. Stop bullying my schoolmate, you hear? Why yes. Now leave. Why yes. As the rival businessman is forced to back down, a billionaire businessman approached Hatsume and offered her a proposition, saying that he would like to see if she could make some support items that could help his company, which Hatsume stared in surprise. The rival businessman attempted to dissuade the billionaire, pointing out that her inventions caused catastrophic results and it might harm him, but Yaoyorozu reminded the rival businessman, who was finally identified only as Mr. Manibagusu, that this is between the millionaire and Hatsume, and therefore he shouldn't meddle. That's enough. But this is between the two of them. But that girl, you saw what someone sabotaged her, and until there is proof, Hatsume remains innocent, so stop your taunting. But, I mean it. Quote. Hatsume thought about it carefully, and yet she asked why gave her an offer if the public believed that she caused the ruckus recently, but the billionaire, identified as Barusu Wino, said that he believed that Hatsume is innocent, and that he saw her performance at the UA Sports Festival, and he decided to see if she could live up to the reputation she made. This gave Hatsume the confidence and accepted the offer, and their Wino invited Yaoyorozu to come along, saying that her father is one of his business sponsors. He believed that she might help in ensuring that the upcoming presentation would go smoothly. Yaoyorozu nodded and said she accepted the invitation and promised that Hatsume would make a good presentation. I am honored, Mr. Wino. It's fine. I promise, Hatsume's presentation will go smoothly. I look forward to it. I'm glad you have a vote of confidence in my schoolmate. I always give someone a second chance. That's good to hear, Mr. Wino. You're welcome. As Wino and the two UA students leave to have more discussions, Manibagusu is feeling humiliated, and as greed began to dictate his reasoning, he decided to enlist Metal Knight's aid to sabotage Hatsume again, and went somewhere to contact the pro-hero in secret. The scene shows that Wino almost tripped as his walking cane snapped, and as Hatsume helped him up, Yaoyorozu uses her quirk, creation, to create a steady walking cane, and Wino thanked her for that, which she smiled and said it is nothing. As the three of them are talking, they did not notice that a 10-year-old child is watching them and the boy stared at Yaoyorozu, seeing that she possesses a power to create something. That boy is soon identified, under the name of Child Emperor, who is an S-class hero of the Heroes Association. Child Emperor also has his eye on Manibagusu, as he felt that he may have played a part on the debacle that happened and that Metal Knight showing up may not be a coincidence at all. I'm sure that guy has something to do with the recent events. At the financial district of Tokyo, the scene shows that Fat Gum is walking by the sidewalk area, and with him are UA students Tamaki Imajiki and Eijiro Kirishima, and the trio had just solved a crime which required their assistance as the criminal was cunning and nearly got away with the crime he committed, but thanks to the Fat Gum agency's efforts, the criminal was exposed and arrested. Kirishima was upbeat as he is pleased that he managed to use his quirk to expose the criminal's antics, whilst Imajiki was silent even though he also played a role in exposing the criminal, but Fat Gum reminded the two UA students not to let success get to their heads, which the two teens nodded and assured to Fat Gum that they won't let themselves get carried away. Not to worry, Fat Gum. We won't get carried away. You sure? Make sure that. Rest assured that we will remain focused and ensure that villains won't get away. We got this, Fat Gum. Good to hear it, you two. Just remember. We got it, Fat Gum. We won't let success get to our heads. Good. Suddenly, a Nomu, who has the size of a bus, suddenly appeared and decked a parked taxi, which caught pedestrians by surprise and they began to scream in terror as the Nomu was poised to attack anything that caught his line of sight. WWWAAAAHHH. Monster. Ek. KKYA. Help. Somebody. Someone save US. Anybody. Fat Gum and Kirishima went into action as they activated their quirks and engaged the Nomu in combat, managing to land some blows and were able to stagger the Nomu back, whilst Amajiki grabbed some takoyaki and ate them, so as to help activate his quirk, but the seller demanded that Amajiki pay for it, which the big three-member puts down some yen on the cart. Here. Keep the change. Now go. What? You might get hurt. Amajiki then joined the fray as he uses his quirk to assault the Nomu, but the Nomu appeared to be strong as it was able to withstand the blows of the three heroes' blows, and their Fat Gum told Kirishima and Amajiki to try attacking the Nomu in 3 separate directions so as to confuse it and then take the Nomu down. At this point, another UA student came as she was passing by the scene, who turned out to be Najire Hado, and there she asked Amajiki if he and Fat Gum need any help, which he said that her assistance would be appreciated. Nay, need help, Tamaki-kun. Sure, Najire, looks like you're having fun. No, can I join? Can I? Sure, okay. As the trio are about to make their move, someone unexpectedly passed by, and both Amajiki and Hado blinked their eyes seeing a person stood in front of the Nomu, who appeared to be more obese than Fat Gum, and they became alarmed as the obese person is just in front of the Nomu and he wouldn't be able to evade in time. Nay, what? That guy, that Nomu, damn. Tamaki-kun, come on, Najire. Likewise, Fat Gum is concerned about the obese person and told Kirishima to go all out in order to get the Nomu away from the would-be victim, which Kirishima nodded as he hardened his body in order to get additional protection. But to everyone's surprise, the obese person grabbed the Nomu and smacked it on the head and it went down. Then he began to gobble the Nomu and swallowed it whole, and everyone, including Fat Gum and the 3 UA students, stared wide-eyed in disbelief at what they are seeing, as this was the first time they witnessed something like that. What the? He just ate that Nomu. Is that manly or something? Nay, is he a cannibal? Oh boy, that's too much. Nay, you got a rival, Tamaki-kun. The obese person who just swallowed the Nomu turns out to be the pro-hero pig god, and there he rubbed his stomach and said that this was quite a satisfying meal, and told everyone that the threat has been neutralized and they can go on to their business. It's fine, you folks can go on. Pig God then took his leave whilst Fat Gum approached Pig God and asked him if he is a pro-hero, which a rather baffled Pig God said that he is, and tells him where to find his profile, and assured to Fat Gum that he did his job as a pro-hero. Really? Yes, that thing won't trouble anyone now. Got to go, got a meeting at Heroes Association. See you. As Pig God took his leave, Fat Gum could only stare in shock as Kirishima wondered if they should let Pig God go, whilst Hado sarcastically tells Amajiki to be more choosy in picking anything he eats or else he would end up like Pig God. Nay, you should watch your diet, Tamaki-kun. You might end up being more than Fat Gum. Right, Heroes Association HQ. The executives are having another emergency meeting as Nezu paid another call to the Heroes Association, asking for progress regarding Metal Knight, as he reminded them about what Metal Knight did to Hatsume, and the executives had to resort in acting like concerned citizens so as to keep the UA Academy principal from suspecting anything. The executives are discussing on what to do next as they see Nezu as someone who couldn't be bribed or charmed easily and are worried that he might resort to legal means just to put Heroes Association in a bad light, and some suggest that they do something about Metal Knight. This is bad. Metal Knight's actions are making me nervous. That UA Academy principal is really sharp. We got to do something. Like what? Metal Knight's the reason why our headquarters is heavily fortified today. We can't lose him. Damn it. Not far. Genos overheard the discussion and he too is wary as he had a feeling that Metal Knight can't be trusted given what Drive Knight told him, and decided to be on guard and see if he should intervene the moment Metal Knight makes another attempt on another UA Academy student. I better keep an eye out. By then Saitama showed up and invited Genos to come shopping with him, which the cyborg obliges. Yo, Genos, Saitama-sensei, I'm going to do some shopping. Want to tag along? Really, sensei? Yeah, if you insist. Then let's go. Yes, sensei. At UA Academy, the scene shifts at Power Loader's workshop, where you can see Hatsume working non-stop as she is pumped up after getting an invitation from a billionaire to perform a demonstration of one of her inventions so that the billionaire would make recommendations as well as making a lucrative business deal that would benefit him and Hatsume. Yaoyorozu is there as she watches Hatsume working hard on her newest inventions, and wondered if she should assist or not. Both Midoriya and Iida were surprised after being told by Yaoyorozu about what happened, and that Yaoyorozu was invited to serve as Hatsume's escort, and Midoriya wondered how things would turn out, worried that the mystery saboteur might strike again, though Yaoyorozu said that Hatsume has put some emergency measure as well as Yaoyorozu herself will be there to find out if the intruder will be present or not. Wow, so Yaoyorozu, I'm surprised that a billionaire would pay attention to someone like Hatsume. Me too, still Hatsume. Yaoyorozu said that would her presence be enough? I think so, I wonder. By then, Power Loader can be heard telling Hatsume not to strain herself, reminding her that she has a few more days before her next demonstration, but the support course student said that she cannot afford to slack off as her reputation is on the line and she cannot afford to lose this one more chance or else she would lose face. Now, take it easy. Heh, can't, I got to perfect it. There's no need to rush. I have to. I can't afford to waste this chance. You still have a few days left, and I intend to take advantage of it. Seriously. Yaoyorozu, Iida and Midoriya sweat dropped as they never seen Hatsume so fired up, though they can understand why, as she needed this as a way to redeem herself after what happened recently, though the Class 1A vice representative stated that she will have to be on guard in order to find out who would want to sabotage Hatsume. Midoriya and Iida then volunteered to assist, which she told them to ask Nezu for permission, though Iida said he will try to persuade the principal to allow him and Midoriya to take a day off in order to assist Yaoyorozu in making sure that Hatsume won't be sabotaged this time around. Really, Iida? Yes, Yaoyorozu. Would the principal agree? I'll do my best, and hopefully he would accept. Still, we do not know what kind of saboteur you are facing, so you'll need the help you could get. As the three Class 1A members talked, they have no idea that a listening device was placed there, and the scene shifts not far from the gate of UA Academy, where the pro-hero, Child Emperor, is listening to the conversation using the device, and he had a feeling that Metal Knight might be involved, and as the youngest pro-hero is planning on secretly going to the venue to see if what he suspects might happen, and if Metal Knight is involved, then he can make his move. Looks like I'm about to get myself embroiled. UA Academy. 2 days later, the scene shifts at the parking lot where Hatsume is loading her babies onto a delivery truck as today is the day that she will have a business demonstration with Barusu Ueno at his office in order to show off her inventions, and is confident that there won't be any let-up as she has installed a device that prevents any malware from taking over. Power Loader cautioned her that if the situation gets serious, she'll have to back off and let the pro-heroes deal any unwanted situation that may arise, and urged Hatsume not to take matters into her hands regardless of the circumstances. And that's that. You heard me, Hatsume. But, if the situation gets serious, you need to back off. No way. Someone needs to protect my babies. Seriously. Yaoyorozu then assured to Power Loader that they will be careful and not get careless, as she revealed that Midoriya and Iida will provide assistance should things go wrong again and it will cover them some ground in finding and catching the saboteur. Iida and Midoriya showed up and promised that Hatsume's business presentation will go smoothly and will catch the saboteur the moment he makes his move. Leave everything us. We're going to help. We'll find the saboteur. And put him behind bars. We'll put our pride as UA students on the line. Yeah, after that, the 4 UA Academy students boarded the truck as it leaves the school ground and head off to its destination, Ueno Enterprise. Power Loader sighed as he hoped that nothing bad would happen as Hatsume was screwed previously, while Aizawa showed up and said that the 3 Class 1A students need to be alert as the saboteur is likely to show up again and attempt to ruin the demonstration. You got a point, Aizawa. Things have gotten a bit tense. I agree. At least Yaoyorozu and the 2 boys would be enough to catch the saboteur. I hope so, and we should expect that if Hatsume succeed, it would put UA Academy in good light. I agree. Not far. Mr. Moneybags overheard the conversation, and he is concerned that Hatsume might pull it off, and he secretly contacted Dr. Buffy and told him the development, and their Buffy told Moneybags to stop whining as he will attempt to sabotage the demonstration again just like before and command it to ruin Hatsume and make her look unfavorable to Wano. There he will facilitate a way for Moneybags to introduce himself to Wano so he could earn the billionaire's favor and steal the thunder from Hatsume, thus there is nothing for Moneybags to worry about and everything will be okay. Really, can I trust your word? Want me to back out? No, it's just. Then let me do my job. Okay. Good. After that, Moneybags left the school ground as he heads off to Wano Enterprise, grinning that he would make himself look good and for Hatsume to look bad, and he couldn't wait to see the UA Academy student get ruined. What Moneybags didn't notice is that Child Emperor is watching him from a distance, and used an invention to eavesdrop on Moneybags and Buffy's conversation, and the youngest pro-hero is dismayed that Buffy would stoop this low. Buffy, you disappoint me. Child Emperor then leaves the parking lot of UA Academy to follow Moneybags and see where this lead to and to see if there is enough grounds to have the Heroes Association sanction Buffy for his unhero antics. At Wano Enterprise, Hatsume is preparing her inventions for her demonstration and Wano is patient enough to wait for her to prepare her things, whilst talking to Yaoyorozu about her father being one of the stockholders of Wano Enterprise, and the two are comfortable with each other, and there he told the female UA Academy student that one day he would pay a visit to the Yaoyorozu manor. Really, Mr. Wano? Yes, I'd like to talk to your father. And maybe secure a business deal. Yes, of course, I'll let you know when. Thank you. Oh, no problem. It's a pleasure, Mr. Wano. Meanwhile, Midoriya and Iida are looking around to see if the saboteur is lurking around, as they are determined not to let him ruin Hatsume's demonstration and make her look bad, and so far the two had no luck locating it, yet Iida tells Midoriya not to let up. Midoriya, Iida, any luck? No, not yet. Keep searching. We are sure that the saboteur would show up. Yeah, let's keep looking. Right. After a few minutes, the scene shifts at the demonstration area, where Hatsume finally began her demonstration as she lectured to Wano about her support items and how they function and what they can do, and as Wano listens, they did not notice that a small insect-like drone is hovering above, and is emitting what appeared to be an infrared light that struck the support items, and their Yaoyorozu managed to notice it and uses her quirk to create a device to counter the drone. She told Hatsume that she found a drone and is firing a light that struck the support items, and there she uses the device she created to stop the drone, but the drone quickly flew away, and there Wano told Yaoyorozu that it is okay, though she said that she suspects that the drone may be the one that caused Hatsume's support items to go on a rampage. Hatsume smiled and said that she installed a program that prevented any malware from entering her support items and said she is prepared as her babies won't be corrupted this time, and she just sent a device to track down the drone. This time I'm prepared, Hatsume. I won't make the same mistake. Really, this time I'm ready. Voila. Suddenly, the support items started to stir and their Hatsume's programming kicked in as it tries to fight off what the drone attempted to do, as a malware is attempting to take over the support items, and Hatsume watches as she is confident that her babies won't be taken over. However, Yaoyorozu checked on it and told Hatsume that the malware is starting to slowly take over the controls, and she tells her to try send it out of the building to try minimize the damage, and as Hatsume checked on the support items, she was dismayed to find out that the malware is a latest one and is systematically overriding the anti-malware she designed. Yaoyorozu told Hatsume that she has to send the support items out of the corporate area before they lose control, and Hatsume is pissed that the saboteur is more wily than she have anticipated. Hatsume, you have to. Damn, that saboteur is more craftier than I thought. You need to send them out. Seriously, Hatsume. Wano placed a hand on Hatsume's shoulders and tells her to do what Yaoyorozu said, assuring to her that he is pleased with the presentation she showed, and said that he will review the products she showed to her. Really? Yes. I'm impressed by your demonstration. I will consider it. For real? Yes. Okay. Reluctantly, Hatsume uses a device that sends the support items flying out of the building via the windows, and their Hatsume presses another button to shut down the support items, and as the invention fell to the ground, deactivated, Yaoyorozu went there to check if the support items are deactivated, just to make sure that they are not functional to cause damage. By then, Metal Knight showed up, seeing that Hatsume has made a fail-safe mechanism prevent him from commandeering the infected support items, and is about to take the fallen support items when Yaoyorozu stood in his way, and tells Metal Knight to stop and said that she has the authority to stop him if he attempts to impose his will within the compounds of Wano Enterprises, though Metal Knight tries to justify his action covertly by using his status as a pro-hero to cover up the fact that he intends to confiscate the deactivated support items. Stand aside. I am authorized to confiscate. No, you stop. I am tasked to stop you from committing theft. Obstructing a pro-hero is a serious offense, child. I have a provisional hero license. I have provisional authority to stop anyone committing a criminal act. Stand aside. I won't. As Yaoyorozu wouldn't budge, Metal Knight is about to take action and is willing to take her on despite the fact that she has a provisional hero license. But then Child Emperor and Drive Knight showed up and tells Metal Knight to cease his foolishness or else they would threaten to expose him to the Heroes Association, causing a standoff between the two sides. As Hatsume attempts to try erasing the malware on her support items, Yaoyorozu is waiting to make her move as Child Emperor and Drive Knight ordered Metal Knight to stand down and leave the premises, and Befoy is rather irritated that somehow someone must have learned about his plans, and is forced to make Metal Knight leave. There, Child Emperor uses his intellect to help Hatsume erase the malware and apologized for what happened, which Yaoyorozu asked if this Heroes Association is unaware of one of their heroes doing something like this, and Child Emperor assured that Metal Knight's action will not go unnoticed, and Iida and Midoriya arrived, holding a tied-up moneybags, revealing that they saw and heard him talking to someone, and mentioned about wanting to sabotage Hatsume's presentation. We found this man snooping around. And he is talking to someone. He mentioned about wanting to sabotage Hatsume's presentation, so we grabbed him. We better take him to the police. Iida is right. We might learn who his conspirator is. Well, shall we? Come on. We got to go. Indeed. As the two pro-heroes from the Heroes Association took their leave, Iida and Midoriya took moneybags away while Wano tells Hatsume that he would like to see a more complete demonstration of her support items, but suggested that he would like to see it at UA Academy to ensure that the security there is top-notch, and Hatsume smiled at the hope she is given. UA Academy. The scene shifts at the gymnasium where Uraraka is training, as she recently visited Silver Fang's dojo to learn more martial arts techniques, and she is getting the hang of it as her fighting prowess increases, and there she became quite a formidable combatant that somewhat surpasses the combat training of Gunhead, and now Uraraka became more inspired and kept on training. By then Yaoyorozu, Jiro and Ashido came and saw Uraraka training enthusiastically, and the three girls greeted her and asked what is she doing and why the sudden urge to train this early. Uraraka smiled and said that she just felt the need to train after visiting the pro-hero Silver Fang, and there she invited the girls to come with her as she plans to visit again this weekend, and tells Yaoyorozu come with her saying that she would benefit from it so that she can be versatile in combat-oriented situations. Yaoyorozu thought about it and Jiro felt enticed to go there too as she felt that having hand-to-hand combat capabilities might help her in facing threats who might get past her earphone jack Quirk, and there she asked Uraraka if she could go with her and meet with this Silver Fang, telling her the reasons, as well as she wanted to see how Silver Fang fights. Sure, you can come. Really? Yeah, you could benefit from it. Having a fighting technique without relying on your quirk would help you in situations. Really, Uraraka? Okay. Really, Kyoka? Yeah. By then Itsuka Kendo came and overheard the conversation, and inquired with Uraraka about this Silver Fang and there she is invited to come with her this weekend to visit his dojo, and Kendo felt that it would benefit her in the long run as having more knowledge about different martial arts would be a plus factor for her combat style. Jiro, Yaoyorozu and Kendo tells Uraraka that they are free this weekend and are looking forward to meeting Silver Fang in his dojo, stating that they are willing to learn about his fighting techniques and be his students. We're coming with you. Yeah, we want to meet this Silver Fang. You said we could benefit from him. And we consider it. So we're free this weekend. And it's settled. Let us know when we will leave. And we'll be ready. Uraraka smiled and said she will make arrangements so that their visit would push through, and the three girls glanced at each other as they wondered what kind of training would they expect, and are expecting that their upcoming visit would be a good one as they are looking forward to meeting him after being told that Silver Fang is a senior citizen yet still a pro hero and a martial arts master. A senior citizen? Really? As old as Gran Torino? What does he look like? Is he short or tall? How old is he? Is he good? I'm curious. Meanwhile, the scene shifts at the streets where you can see Bakugo taking a stroll as classes at UA was often he has free time, and there he went to the financial district within Tokyo as he felt that he wanted to buy something and felt a bit of regret that he did not invite Kirishima to tag along, yet he felt that this is fine until a group of hoodlums saw and recognized Bakugo, and an idea came to their head as they decided to play a little prank on the Class 1A student. Hey, look, it's that blonde bad boy from UA Academy. Check this out, I got an idea. Really? Tell us. It better be good, as in fun. Ha ha. Likewise, a scene shifts nearby where another group of delinquents are there as they saw a pro hero passing by, who was carrying a baseball bat. That pro hero turns out to be Metal Bat, and the delinquents got a text message from the other group, and soon they got an idea on how to find an entertaining way to pass up the time. They huddled and soon came to an agreement, and the plan is set in motion. So what do you say? Yeah, sounds good, I like it. Then it's settled, right? Yeah, I'm in. The representative of the delinquents then approached Metal Bat and pretended to be in distress and tells Metal Bat that he recognized him as a pro hero and needed his help as he claimed that he was assaulted by a villain, who is strong and pose a threat to people. Metal Bat glanced at the person, who somewhat pulled off a convincing act just to coax the pro hero. You sure? Why yes. Seriously. Why yes. Can you tell me? It's like this. I see. Please. Soon the other delinquents came and pretended to be hurt and claimed that the same villain did this to them, and they too pulled off a convincing act which tricked the pro hero, and Metal Bat asked who did this to them, and the representative of the delinquents provided the picture of Bakugo. He warned Metal Bat that Bakugo is dangerous and carries an assortment of explosives which would put people in harm, and the pro hero assured that Bakugo will be brought down, and representatives said they know where Bakugo went. We know where he went. He went to that direction. Please be careful, he's a bomb expert, he's a cold-blooded murderer. You might get hurt, so be careful, we are counting on a. Likewise, the other group of representative came and pretended to seek Bakugo's help, claiming that they saw a suspicious person roaming around carrying a baseball bat and said that this person might be planning to commit vandalism and property damage, which Bakugo stared at the lead person, and asked why not ask the police. The person told Bakugo that the said suspicious person could be a villain and probably has a quirk, and thus he couldn't possibly confront him or call the police. Bakugo is skeptical and began asking the person if he is trying to pull off a prank, and the delinquent had to pull off the stops to make himself look like a victim in order not to give himself away. Answer me, are you really a victim? Of course, couldn't you tell? I can tell that you're a fake. Of course not. Don't screw with me. Bakugo glared at him as he sensed that this person may be trying to use him for some suspicious reason, and he asked him again if he came here to seek help or if he is just trying to use him, and the delinquent exerted some effort to make himself look like an innocent concerned citizen. I really am a victim here. I can tell that you're a fraud. No, you. Drop the act, you bastard. But, I'm going to kill you. Wait. Get lost, you asshole. His fellow delinquents are secretly watching and realized that Bakugo isn't easy to fool and felt that they are going to have a hard time persuading him to unwittingly play into their plans, and their only hope is that an intervention would take place. Oh boy, this is a problem. That creep couldn't be fooled easily. Looks like we need to intervene. Are you crazy? Yeah, that guy can tell that we're fakes. Got a better idea. Quote exclamation mark quote. Suddenly, Metal Bat showed up and saw Bakugo, and he could tell that it is him who matched the picture he saw a while ago, and seeing Bakugo's smug and arrogant look, he appeared to be convinced that the UA student is the said villain. Likewise, Bakugo saw the intimidating look on Metal Bat's face, and seeing that he is carrying a baseball bat, Bakugo braces himself just in case that Metal Bat is a villain, and there the two had a face-off as Metal Bat pointed his baseball bat at Bakugo and asked him if the accusations are true, and made it clear that he is going to learn a lesson. This pissed Bakugo off and arrogantly told the pro hero to get lost, and the tone of the younger boy's voice gave Metal Bat the impression that Bakugo is the perceived villain and he is gearing for a fight, and Bakugo sighed as he felt like his time would be wasted in dealing with a small fry, which Metal Bat resented. A small fry? Got a problem, wighead. What did you call me? Who am I referring, you damn Yankee? Who are you calling a Yankee, you blonde motherbeeper? You want to die, anytime, then die. Suddenly, Metal Bat showed up and saw Bakugo, and he could tell that it is him who matched the picture he saw a while ago, and seeing Bakugo's smug and arrogant look, he appeared to be convinced that the UA student is the said villain. Likewise, Bakugo saw the intimidating look on Metal Bat's face and seeing that he is carrying a baseball bat, Bakugo braces himself just in case that Metal Bat is a villain, and there the two had a face-off as Metal Bat pointed his baseball bat at Bakugo and asked him if the accusations are true, and made it clear that he is going to learn a lesson. This pissed Bakugo off and arrogantly told the pro hero to get lost, and the tone of the younger boy's voice gave Metal Bat the impression that Bakugo is the perceived villain and he is gearing for a fight, and Bakugo sighed as he felt like his time would be wasted in dealing with a small fry, which Metal Bat resented. A small fry? Got a problem, wighead. What did you call me? Who am I referring, you damn Yankee? Who are you calling a Yankee, you blonde motherbeeper? You want to die, anytime, then die. The delinquents grinned as their plans appeared to take off as both Bakugo and Metal Bat are getting ready to brawl, and the delinquents exchange high fives as they finally get to see some entertainment at watching a pro hero and a hero student beating the hell out of each other over a misunderstanding, and the delinquents are looking forward to see the two humiliating each other, and it would soon become the trending news. Oh boy, it's about to start. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Got your smartphone ready to record. We're going to make money out of this. Ha ha. The scene shows that Bakugo and Metal Bat are getting ready to brawl, as both exchange heated words, each assuming that one of them is a villain, unaware that they were unwittingly being used as pawns by the delinquents to serve as a means of entertaining themselves, and there the two became agitated as they began hurling insults at one another. You blonde bastard. Baseball bitch. Temper tantrum boy. Beeping Yankee. Who are you calling a Yankee, you motherbeeper? Got a problem with that, you Baby Ruth wannabe? I'll turn you into minced meat. Bring it on, you jackass. The delinquents smirked as the two were on the verge of attacking each other, and one of the delinquents took out a video camera and is ready to record the brawl, and there the delinquent leader tells his posse that once they finished recording it, they will upload it on YouTube, and there the site that they have an account on will garner a lot of hits and they will earn a lot of money. The posse liked the idea and hoped that both Metal Bat and Bakugo would beat each other up in a humiliating way which would provide them with means of entertainment. They better start brawling. Can't wait to see them get beaten up. Come on, start fighting. Easy. They might notice us. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Elsewhere, Minoru Mineta is seen walking by the sidewalks of an area within the financial district, and is seen wearing his hero costume while accompanying Denki Kaminari as the two Class 1A members are doing some errands when they came across a robbery in progress. There Kaminari saw the robbers are wielding guns, and he whispered to Mineta about using his quirk to jam the gun nozzles, seeing that the robbers are using rifles, and Mineta appeared hesitant until persuaded as saving the day would make him popular. Trust me, you'll be popular with the ladies. Really? Yup. They might create a fan club based on you. Oh, fine, okay. Pumped up, Mineta confronted the robbers and pretended to ask directions, saying that he is looking for a venue for a cosplay convention, and the robbers are dumbfounded at Mineta's appearance and thinks he is just a kid, yet the leader of the robbers think that Mineta would make a good hostage and ransom. Grab that kid, we can use him as a shield, and maybe we can extort money from his parents. Okay, boss, okay. Boss. Hearing this, Mineta went into action and uses his quirk to produce pop-up balls and uses them to jam the nozzles of the rifle guns, and the robbers are surprised at this as they couldn't get the pop-up balls off their weapons, as they were sticky. Then Mineta uses his quirk to put the robbers in their places, preventing them from escaping, and their Kaminari made his move and uses his quirk to electrocute the robbers into unconsciousness, and there the bank employees were grateful to the two UA Academy students. The female employees find Mineta cute and began flocking him, causing him to blush while pleased that what Kaminari said is true as he became popular with the women, as the female bank employees began complimenting his cute appearance. Wow, so cute, so adorable, such a baby face. What a baby, makes me want to hug him. Me too. Let me hug him. However, one bank robber managed to avoid detection and grabbed Mineta, aiming a pistol onto the entrance of the boy's mouth and told the rest not to make a move or he will shoot his hostage on the mouth. Kaminari gritted his teeth as he couldn't use his quirk as the gun's nozzle is inside Mineta's mouth, and feared that if Kaminari uses his quirk, the robber might press the trigger if electrocuted, and he had to wait for the right time to strike. As the robber is starting to get away while holding Mineta hostage, a small drone is seen hovering above the robber and this distracted him until the drone fired a pepper spray on the robber's eyes, disorienting him while inadvertently releasing Mineta, and there the drone fired a blast which knocks the robber out. As Kaminari checked on Mineta, they saw who stopped the robber, and it turns out to be Child Emperor, and the younger boy just sighed as the female bank employees were awed by the younger boy's youthful looks, driving Mineta to excessive jealousy and tells Kaminari that Child Emperor is stealing his thunder. Kaminari, whoa, that kid is stealing my glory. Now, he saved your life. But he's hogging the women. Come on, Mineta, I can't let this slide. Calm down. However, Child Emperor is dismayed at Mineta's childish ranting and tells him to stop acting like a toddler, seemingly unaware that Mineta is actually a high school student, and their Mineta verbally fired back, revealing his actual age and tells Child Emperor to show courtesy to older people. Child Emperor sighed and said that if Mineta had showed his presence of mind he would not have been held hostage and called him a pervert for getting fawned by the female bank employees. He tells Mineta that if not for Child Emperor's superior intellect, Mineta would have been a hostage for good. Mineta took offense and proclaimed that he is also a genius and smarter than Child Emperor, and the two began to bicker over who is the better genius and who is not perverted. You, a genius, that's right. Coming from someone who has the mind of a hentai. That's motivation. You're a disgrace. Hey, I aim to be a hero. You on the other hand, just wanted to ride on my popularity. I can't tell if you're really a kid or a dwarf with a dirty mind. Who are you calling a dwarf? Kaminari's sweat dropped as he realized that Mineta's antics are attracting unwanted attention and he tried to come up with a way to get Mineta to calm down and stop his ranting. There he attempted to dissuade Mineta but the latter said he wanted an apology from Child Emperor for disrespect, but Child Emperor refuses and tells Mineta to stop acting perverted, saying that his vibe gives him away and called him a lecherous shorty which makes one wonder if Mineta is really a teenager or a dwarf. This made Mineta pissed and threatened to use his quirk but Kaminari grappled onto his classmate and urged him to calm down. Whoa, stop, let me go, calm down, Mineta. Let me show that kid who's the real deal. You'll only get us in trouble. I don't care. Just let it go, Mineta. I won't. Meanwhile, Metal Bat and Bakugo went to a park where the two battled, with the latter using his quirk to produce explosive blasts and to his surprise his opponent managed to dodge them and now Metal Bat attempted to get close and swings his bat to hit his target, only to back away as Bakugo uses his quirk to mount a counterattack. Metal Bat was getting pumped up as he previously fought monsters and even aliens, but a teenager with a ferocious but determined resolve has made the pro hero impressed, and strives to overcome his limitations in order to defeat a threat, unaware that Bakugo isn't really one. As Metal Bat backed away and is near a thick bush, he somewhat heard someone whispering and he discreetly listened as it turns out that the delinquent group were hiding within the thick bush. And there he overheard the delinquents bragging on how they managed to goad Metal Bat and Bakugo into fighting each other into thinking that each of them is villains, and then record the brawl and upload it on YouTube and they can earn money for the number of views. Metal Bat realized that he had been duped, and as Bakugo approached, Metal Bat raised his hand and waved, and there he uses his bat to strike the bush and forced the delinquents out of hiding, dropping the smartphone where it was still recording the battle. Their Metal Bat told Bakugo that the delinquent group tricked the two of them into fighting each other while the group records the scene, and their Bakugo realized that he was being used and now he approached the group, terrified at being busted. In an act of cowardice, the group pointed their fingers at their leader and said it was his idea in the first place and that they were just following his lead. Don't kill us, we didn't do it, it was his idea. And therefore it was his fault. We got nothing to do with this. We're innocent. Believe us, please. However, both Metal Bat and Bakugo were not amused and said that the group ought to be taught a lesson for tricking people for their own amusement, and they will learn their lessons the hard way. The delinquents were terrified and begged for mercy, showing that they are indeed cowardly at heart. No, don't. We beg you. Mercy. We're innocent. We are not bad guys. Please, spare me. After about 3 minutes a passing police car came after getting a call about a group of troublemakers, and there they saw Bakugo there with the delinquent group tied up and looking like human charcoal as Bakugo used his quirk and the delinquent group was knocked out. After a brief explanation, the cops took the delinquent group away as Bakugo left and headed home, and while on the way, he saw a commotion where Kaminari is restraining a pissed-off Mineta as the latter is engaging in a word war with Child Emperor, and their Metal Bat is seen trying to persuade Child Emperor to ignore the accusations. After hearing Kaminari's reasons, Bakugo reluctantly smacked Mineta on the head and he is knocked out, and there the 3 Class 1A members leave, while Metal Bat tells Child Emperor that they are heading back to the Heroes Association HQ as they have quite a hard day, which Child Emperor agreed. Saturday. It is revealed that classes at UA Academy was announced the day before that Saturday classes will be cancelled, and some of the UA students are pleased that they can have a weekend stroll at the mall, and you can hear some of them are excited to have a day off on a weekend. Wow, classes are suspended today. Woohoo, I'm going to the mall. Yeehaw, now I'm looking forward to play at the arcade. Come on, let's go. Yeepee, yahoo, out of my way. Taking advantage, Uraraka invited Yaoyorozu, Jiro, Asui, Kendo, Tsunatori, Kodai and Komori to tag along as she is having a martial arts training at the dojo of pro hero Silverfang, and seeing that they have nothing else to do, the rest of the girls accepted Uraraka's invitation and thanked her, which she said it is nothing. Thanks, Ochako. We appreciate it. Want to see this dojo you've been visiting? Sure. No problem. This dojo master, is he really a pro hero? And a sensei of martial arts? Yup, and Deku wasn't kidding when he said this guy is an expert. Soon the 8 girls left Heights Alliance and travel by bus, and the rest of the girls are wondering what kind of dojo would they see, as this was their first time visiting one, and wondered what kind of martial arts teacher they would meet. Uraraka told the others what kind of person Silverfang is after Midoriya introduced her to the pro hero, which made the other girls curious upon hearing this. A senior citizen, in his 70s, as in like, Gran Torino. Something like that, seriously. But, is he tall? Wow, an elderly martial artist. You don't see that kind in America. Hey, Tsunatori, X. About an hour later, the girls of Class 1B, Jiro and Asui, were surprised to see where the dojo is located, and did not expect to see that it is situated over a mountain-like hill, and this made Kodai and Komori feel intimidated at the thought of going there by foot. Kendo did not seem to mind it, seeing that it is a good way to have an exercise, while Yaoyorozu just looked on, and asked Uraraka how she know about the place, which Uraraka said that Midoriya recommended it, and after she paid a visit the rest is history, and she would go here whenever her schedule permits it, though she said she would usually go on Sunday. Really? Yeah, I have no idea. I was surprised myself, but Deku said that this dojo is one of the best. If this would help me enhance my reaction time. You should give it a try, Yaoyorozu. Very well. That's the spirit. After that, the girls began trekking the mountainous road leading to the dojo, which some of the girls were rather bewildered that the trek would take almost 30 minutes and find it quite tiring, likening it as a hiking trip towards climbing a mountain. Soon the girls arrived and Uraraka introduced her schoolmates to Silverfang, and the girls were amazed at seeing him, not expecting that he resembled a man in his late 70s, yet he appeared energetic given some of the students seen taking lessons from him. Silverfang was quite pleased to hear that Uraraka's schoolmates are here to observe the dojo and expressed interest in becoming his dojo students and said that they are welcome to visit whenever their schedule permits, which the girls bowed in appreciation, seeing that Silverfang is such a kind person. Thank you, Sir X. At Heights Alliance, most of the Class 1A members were giggling after hearing about Mineta getting into a verbal tussle with the youngest pro hero Child Emperor, and though Fumikage chided Mineta for getting riled over the fact that Mineta got insecure because Child Emperor was fawned by the female bank employees, and Mineta showed unnecessary gestures like jealousy which would tarnish his image as a hero in training. You are so pitiful. What? You're a hero in training, yet you showed insecurity over another pro-hero who happened to be younger than you. I'm betting that he uses a disguise to make himself appear like a kid, but I'm betting he's a maniac, a dwarf maniac. A pitiful excuse. You should be ashamed of yourself. What was that, Tokiyami? You heard me, Mineta. Nevertheless, Iida berated Mineta for his actions and lectures him on proper conduct and urged him not to compete with another pro-hero just for the sake of getting fawned by females, which a cringing Mineta reluctantly nodded. You should know where to put yourself. We are training to be heroes, so stop whining about someone who helped you. And try to keep your perverseness in check. Got that, Mineta-kun? Meanwhile, Todoroki just watched the scene as he recalled his brief time at Heroes Association while disguising himself, and he recalled briefly working with Child Emperor during a case, and though he finds that Child Emperor a bit of arrogant, he nevertheless acted professional and not brag his abilities or acting selfishly. As Ashido wonder where the rest of the girls are, Midoriya told them where Uraraka and the other girls went, and soon most of Class 1A was surprised when told, especially when informed that Silverfang is the one running the dojo, having managed to see the picture of the elderly pro-hero. Whoa, that's him. So this is Silverfang. He looked to be in the same age category as Gran Torino. Is he good? But he's quirkless, yet his fighting prowess is said to exceed even Gunhead. For real. Todoroki mentally recalled having encountered Silverfang once during his brief stay at Heroes Association HQ, and noted that the elderly pro-hero is one of few members who is honor-bound and grounded, as Silverfang acts as the wise man and never show any hints of arrogance and acted as the elderly among the top heroes of Heroes Association. Todoroki is quite baffled as to how Midoriya met Silverfang and why Uraraka and the other girls showed interest in the elderly pro-hero, and felt that maybe he should ask Midoriya if he saw Silverfang in action, which made him recommend the elderly pro-hero to Uraraka and the other girls. Back at the dojo, Silverfang began giving lessons and the first-year girls of UA Academy are taking the lessons seriously, which Uraraka, Kendo and Yaoyorozu showed most promise, as they got the gist of learning new methods of defense and offense, while the other girls were struggling at first. Silverfang smiled seeing that his new students are diligent and taking the lessons at heart, feeling glad that his dojo is starting to get a second life after managing to chase Garo away after the latter terrorized other dojos in the past. Asui, Tsunatori, Kodai and Komori were seen struggling as they tried to get used to the martial arts techniques that Silverfang is teaching, and the four girls are having a bit of difficulty trying to perfect it and are envious that Kendo was able to perfect it on her first try. Look, Kendo got it on her first try. Yeah. Wow, she is sure adept in fighting, so this is why Japanese are good. Sure wished I had the same tenacity as Kendo. Me too, same here. I want to learn more. Silverfang smiled and told the four girls not to rush and said that patience is needed and assured to them that they will get the hang of it as he pointed out that they appeared to be fast learners, stating that Uraraka, Yaoyorozu and Kendo got to perfect it on their first try. Asui, Kendo, Tsunatori, Kodai and Komori glanced at each other before glancing at Silverfang, and said that they will do as told, which Silverfang nodded and advised the four girls not to get in a hurry as he said that there are things that cannot be rushed. The four girls glanced at each other before glancing at Silverfang, nodding that they will follow his advice. Yes, sensei. As the first-year students nodded and resumed their lessons, other dojo students look on, surprised that even the ones from famous educational institutions like UA Academy came to see Silverfang and put themselves under his tutelage, and are amazed that even the UA Academy students seem to be entranced by someone like Silverfang. The dojo students felt that Silverfang has a strong charisma that even famous heroes seem to have high regards towards him and believe that Silverfang deserves such praise and respect, and are confident that their teacher is not the kind who would let success get to his head and not become conceited like Amai Mask and Tatsumaki. Silverfang sure is great. Yeah, he is generous and kind. Pro heroes admire and respect him. And now even the likes from UA Academy are putting themselves under his tutelage. We're glad that Silverfang isn't arrogant like the others. Like Amai Mask. Don't forget Tatsumaki. Yeah. 30 minutes later, the girls from UA Academy were given a break after an hour of physical lessons from Silverfang, and the elderly pro hero is pleased that the girls made a good progress in studying the martial arts that he is teaching, and he is particularly pleased that Uraraka, Yaoyorozu and Kendo were quick to catch on with learning his prized martial arts techniques. After a few hours lessons ended and Silverfang told the girls that they are welcome to come here again and learn more of his martial arts lessons, which the girls of UA Academy nodded in reply. Thank you, Silverfang sensei. Quote, after that, the girls left, pleased that their coming to the dojo is worthwhile, having learned something important whilst getting to know more about Silverfang as a person and the fact that he is a pro hero. Much later, Midoriya and Ojiro were surprised to hear about what Uraraka and the others do at Silverfang's dojo and what martial arts lessons they took, and this made Ojiro feel tempted to see Silverfang and see if becoming his student would be a good idea, as he too wanted to be a formidable fighter. Uraraka smiled and said that he can tag along if he want, saying that by next week they are going to the dojo again for more lessons, and Ojiro smiled and said that he is looking forward to it. Really, Uraraka, sure. You might benefit something. Is it really okay? Yup. Thanks. This Sunday, be ready. Got it. Good. After that, things went well until night time arrived and everyone went to bed as tomorrow would be the start of classes. As everyone went to bed, Uraraka is seen inside her dorm room doing a series of martial arts moves that she learned from Silverfang, and she is feeling pumped up, and is pleased that she can apply it alongside the ones she learned from Gunhead. In the days that passed, Uraraka is having a good time at UA Academy, but for some unspecified reasons, she found out that her parents are facing some financial hardships, as their construction business is starting to take a hit, and yet her parents chose not to tell her, and this made her feel worried. Yet she chose to focus on her studies and not let her family problem get over her head, though Midoriya, Iida and Ojiro noticed her discomfort and asked her privately if there is something wrong. After reluctantly telling them, the three boys assured to her that everything will be okay, which she smiled and thanked them for the encouragement, and the three boys said that her parents will overcome their situation and will bounce back on top. Sure, it's no problem, Uraraka. I'm sure that your parents will be okay. Just don't give up. Thanks, it really helped. Sure, anytime. Just enjoy life. I will. After that, classes resume and Uraraka continued to concentrate on her studies. A few more days later it was Sunday, and the girls went to Silverfang's dojo, and this time Ojiro came and is awed at seeing him in person, and as lessons began, he is amazed at what he just learned, as Silverfang's repertoire of martial arts techniques were quite advanced, and he is enjoying it. Meanwhile, Uraraka saw Chiranko sporting a bandaged ankle, and as she asked him what happened, he explained why, and he was upset that he may have to miss the chance to compete at an upcoming martial arts tournament, where a considerable amount of prize money is up for grabs. This piqued her curiosity and asked for more information, which made Chiranko stare in surprise as Uraraka stared at him like a hawk eyeing its prey, and he reluctantly told her what he knows, and there she suggested that she would participate at the upcoming tournament in his place, which Chiranko is unsure, saying that there are other participants that are probably more skilled than her. It's no problem. I can handle them. Don't let this get to your head. This is the martial arts tournament we're talking about. I know, and I will win for sure. No worries, Chiranko-san. I'll be careful. Are you sure? Yup. Ojiro and Kendo overheard the discussion, and asked Uraraka why the sudden interest, and after hearing her reason, they decided to join the tournament out of curiosity but assured to her that if either one of them become the grand winner they will give Uraraka the prize money. Uraraka was moved, yet she said that they didn't have to, but Ojiro and Kendo said it is okay. Don't mind us. We figured that you need the money, but if you get eliminated, there's no chance for you. But in the event that either Kendo or I make it to the finals and won, we can give you the prize money. That way you won't be regretting about losing. So it's a win-win solution. And we're doing this not for us, but for you. So don't worry, Uraraka. Have faith in us. Chiranko stared at the three teens, moved by their comradeship, and felt that giving Uraraka the ticket isn't a bad idea after hearing her reason for wanting to participate and win the prize money, and there he told Ojiro and Kendo how they can participate and when the tournament would take place and which day it would be held. The three UA Academy students glanced at each other and looked at the flyer where the tournament is being advertised, and seeing that the tournament would be held in 2 weeks from now, on Sunday, Uraraka said she will train hard so that she can make it to the tournament finals and win the prize money so she can help her parents financially. Kendo and Ojiro glanced at each other and said that they are going to join only for the thrill of it as well as to see if their lessons would pay off, and bid each other good luck on the day of the tournament. You better train well, Ojiro. You too, Kendo. When we meet, be it qualifying, semifinal or finals, we will not hold back. Agreed. So then, let's wish each other good luck. Yeah. Yaoyorozu and Pony wondered if this is okay for the trio to participate at the tournament, feeling that it might not be appropriate, but Silverfang said it is okay as Uraraka has a justifiable reason for joining, whilst Ojiro and Kendo are joining just to support Uraraka while wanting to test their skills legally. He asked the two girls if they are interested to join the tournament, which Pony and Yaoyorozu said that they will pass as they felt that it is out of their league. We humbly decline. I think the tournament doesn't suit me. And we have no interest since we only study to learn self-defense. That's right, so we're fine, and there's no need for us to participate since we have nothing at stake. Indeed. Ha ha. The next day, Uraraka, Ojiro and Kendo went to Nezu's office to inform him about their plans to participate in the upcoming tournament. Showing him the flyers and what is at stake, and Nezu thought carefully as he felt that it might expose the three students to potential danger, yet he reminded them to be careful as well as not to brag about the fact that they have their provisional hero license, which the trio assured that they will be careful and not get carried away, which made the principal feel at ease. Not to worry, sir. We'll be careful. We won't let our guards down. I see. Still you should exercise caution, as there are potential villains roaming the streets. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good. You may go now. After that, the three UA Academy students left and head back to their classrooms, while Midnight and Snipe asked Nezu if this is okay, which he said that while he is actually worried, he felt that things might be okay given that the sponsors are going to enlist some pro heroes to act as guards and bouncers, hence he felt that there is no need to sternly discourage the three students. Midnight and Snipe felt a bit unsure, and she suggested that she and Snipe would stealthily chaperone the three students just in case something goes wrong, which Nezu eventually agreed to the two teachers' suggestions. Very well. Just make sure you two aren't recognized. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And keep your eyes open. There's no telling what might happen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good. Then it's settled. Dismiss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At the classroom, Midoriya and Iida asked Uraraka if she is serious about participating in the tournament, feeling that she might be at a disadvantage, saying that there might be other participants that are more skillful than her, but she assured to the two that she will be fine. She added that with the gunhead martial arts and techniques she learned from Silverfang, she is confident that she can make it to the finals and win the prize money and give it to her parents to help them financially. Really? You sure sound confident. I'm sure that I can make it to the finals and win the grand prize. Still you should be careful. Midoriya is right. There might be participants who might be more skillful than you. Thanks, but I'll be fine. I see. If you say so. Ojiro stepped forward and said that he too will participate and that should Uraraka be eliminated, he might make it to the finals, and should he be declared the champion, he will give the prize money to Uraraka, as he made it known that he only participated just to test out his newly acquired knowledge from Silverfang. Midoriya sighed and told him and Uraraka to be careful, which the two assured that they will be careful and not let their guards down and get captured by anyone like the League of Villains. Don't worry, we'll be okay. Really? Yeah. We will. Okay. Thanks. A few days later, it was the day of the tournament, and Uraraka is at the gate of Heights Alliance, carrying a bag which contains her hero costume, and she is looking forward to compete as she is determined to win the tournament and the prize money. Moments later, Ojiro joined her and he appeared to look a bit hesitant, and she wondered what is wrong, as she noticed that he looked a bit embarrassed, and she asked him what is wrong, which Ojiro was hesitant to reply, feeling ashamed of something that has something to do with their current situation. Ojiro, what's wrong? Well, quote, you see, about the tournament. What about it? Suddenly, Katsuki Bakugo and Eijiro Kirishima came, also carrying bags, and Uraraka wondered what is going on, and their Ojiro reluctantly told her that Bakugo and Kirishima are also joining the tournament, much to her surprise as she had no idea that they too are going to participate. Ojiro reluctantly told and explained that Bakugo somehow learned that Uraraka, Kendo and Ojiro himself are competing, and after getting the details, Bakugo decided to participate, and Kirishima overheard and also joins in, seeing that he liked the idea of participating in tournaments. Bakugo approached Uraraka and tells her that she has nothing to worry, saying that in the event that he emerges as the winner of the tournament, he will give her the prize money as he is only interested in competing and nothing more. Don't shirk. You'll get the prize money. I only want to join because of the competition. Really? Just don't hold back. By then Kendo came and is surprised to see Bakugo and Kirishima there and expressed disbelief upon hearing that Bakugo and Kirishima are joining the tournament as well, but she nevertheless accepted it as she wanted to try out Kirishima and Bakugo's hand-to-hand fighting styles, as it is revealed that quirks are not allowed to be used in the tournament. Bakugo and Kirishima smirked and tells Kendo to be ready, saying that they are going all out, and she smirked as well, saying that she is looking forward to it and to see how good the two boys are in fighting without using their quirks. Really? I look forward to our match later. Sure, I'm ready. Hey, I'll be sure to send you home crying, orange hair. That's the spirit, boys, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, you're going to regret those words. I doubt it. Looks like we're ready, Bakugo. Make sure you go all out, Kirishima. Ojiro and Uraraka sweat dropped as the three schoolmates are having a stare-off, and he asked her if she is fine with this, which she said that it cannot be helped since they cannot prohibit them as they have rights to participate, but she also said that this is a good chance for her to try what she learned from Gunhead and Silverfang. She tells Ojiro to give his all as well, and he nodded while telling her to be prepared, stating that there might be other competitors who could be more skilled and stronger than the 5 UA students, which she nodded. Yeah, I'll do my best. That's the spirit, Uraraka. You should give your all as well, Ojiro. Yeah. So good luck later in the tournament. You too. Shall we? Okay. And so the 5 UA Academy students left Heights Alliance as they are heading to the venue of the tournament, looking forward to compete, with Bakugo, Kirishima and Kendo looking forward for some physical competition, while Uraraka is determined to win the prize money to help her parents financially, while Ojiro is providing backup in case his schoolmates get eliminated in either the preliminary, quarterfinals or semifinals. An hour later, the 5 UA Academy students arrived at the venue, and of the 5, only Uraraka and Ojiro were taken aback at seeing so many people are lining up to register for the tournament, and she clenched her fists as she is determined to win the matches until she makes it to the finals. Ojiro glanced at the registrants as they looked strong, with some looking over-muscled. He wondered if they are really that strong given how some of their bodies were almost looking like participants of Mr. Universe contestants. Kendo is also observing the surroundings, and she too noted that some registrants have overdeveloped physiques, making them look almost like being overdosed on steroids, and sensed that the upcoming matches are going to be a bit difficult, and there she whispered to Ojiro, telling him to be careful as she has a feeling that some participants might resort to cheating like using enhanced drugs and the likes given that using quirks in the tournament is prohibited. So be on your guard. Noted, Kendo. If things get too intense and you couldn't physically continue, forfeit. If what I suspect is true, they might make it appear that they accidentally go overboard, so try not to. I understand. Just maintain a presence of mind. Right, okay. We better register. Likewise, Bakugo also noticed the other registrants having overdeveloped physiques, which he finds it suspicious, and he too guessed that some of the participants are probably using illegal drugs to strengthen their bodies in secret as using quirks or against the rules of the tournament. He whispered to Kirishima about what he suspected and red-haired hero student nodded, assuring his classmate that he won't let his guard down and will be careful, as he noticed that some of the registrants are flexing their arms and their muscle looked like it is about to burst. You should be careful as well, Bakugo. It looks like some of the registrants' arms are about to burst. HMPH. Guess those goofballs figured a way to bypass the rules about quirks not allowed to use. Then I'm going to be extra careful. You too. No problem. Then we should go all out. Of course. Let's meet at the finals, Bakugo. You're on, spiky hair. As the 5 UA Academy students lined up to register their names for the tournament, some registrants and spectators are quite surprised as they recognize the 5 as UA Academy students, and wondered why are they here and if they are serious about registering for the tournament. Some were not bothered, knowing that the tournament rules states that quirks are prohibited, hence the 5 UA Academy students are easy pickings and will be booted out in the preliminary round of the tournament. Hey, stupid kids. They are probably keeping a straight face, but deep down they're scared. Not to mention that they know by now that quirks are not allowed. Then it's going to be easy. They are going to get a lot of spanking. Oh, I love bullying kids. And I got a fresh punching bag. Ha ha. However, some registrants are observing the 5 UA Academy students, and unlike the others, they did not look down on the teens as they are sure that they would pose a threat even if they cannot use their quirks. The registrants are shown and identified as Lightning Max, Lin Lin, Benpatsu, Snake Fist Snek, Volton, Bazuzu, Gatlin, Hamukachi, Dave, Rosie, Chose, Mentai, Jakuman, Zakos, Bakuzan, Suiryu, Fight Jin, Snek and Lightning Max, who are members of the Heroes Association, were quite taken aback at seeing the 5 UA Academy students lining up to register in participating in the tournament, and wondered what is the 5 teens' reason for wanting to compete in the tournament, which Max deduced that the UA students must be after the prize money and are probably enticed to register. Snek said that it is a foolish decision and the UA Academy students will end up getting humiliated once they get eliminated from the tournament because the teens seem to rely on their quirks, and believe that the 5 teens won't be a match for some people here as they appeared to be more experienced fighters even though majority of the registrants here are quirkless. Those kids are in a heap of trouble. They think that this tournament is easy pickings. They act big because of their quirks. Once you're not allowed to use them, that's where they face reality. Those kids are risking the image of UA Academy. Makes me feel sorry for them. That's their fault. Right, HMPH. As the 5 UA Academy students finished registering their names, they were instructed to go inside the venue to wait inside, and as they proceeded, some registrants began whistling towards Kendo, as she was featured in a commercial during her internship with Uwabami, and some even spoke to her in offering indecent proposals. Hey, pretty, the orange hair with the side ponytail. Let's go on a date. Let's hang out at a motel. Have beep with me, I have lots of money. Be my beep partner for an hour. My body odor is irresistible. Come to me. Kirishima and Bakugo did not like the comments, with Uraraka also offended, and as the trio are poised to retaliate, Kendo smiled at her schoolmates and tells them to ignore it, saying that once the tournament commences, the registrants are sure to regret their actions. So just ignore them. They'll get what's coming. Really? You sure? You better not regret it. Yeah, I'm sure. Come on. Fine, fine, fine. The UA students nodded and ignored the catcalls that the participants made as they were looking at Kendo in a lustful way, having no idea what will happen once the tournament starts. Inside the waiting room, the UA Academy students are patiently waiting for the usher to call them as the preliminary round would commence in a few minutes from now, and Uraraka is starting to feel a little anxious, but Kirishima assured to her that it is fine to get a little nervous, but once the matches start, she will be good to go. Uraraka nodded as her classmates' words helped her calm down and Kendo joined in, and gave Uraraka words of encouragement, and urged her to give her all, which Uraraka nodded and the trio made a fist bump as they each promised that they are going to give everything they got and vowed that they would all make it to the semifinal round of the tournament. So it's a promise. Yeah, then let's give our all. Yeah, be sure you guys get qualified and make it to the semifinals. Yeah, X. Meanwhile, Bakugo is loitering around as he chose to check out the place while Ojiro reluctantly tagged along just to keep an eye on his classmate and to keep him in line in case he gets into an unnecessary provocation, and their Bakugo told his classmate he didn't have to tag along. Ojiro reluctantly told him that he will need a backup in case someone has ill intentions and want to remove Bakugo from the tournament as well as he would serve as a witness in case things go out of control, which Bakugo scoffed. But Ojiro reminded Bakugo that they are not allowed to use their quirks here, even if it is out of self-defense. Ha, big deal. I'm afraid it is. Ha, Believe me, you got to be careful. HMPH. Fine, I'll restrain myself, but if someone has a hidden power and tries to hurt me. Easy, Bakugo. Suddenly, some of the participants of the tournament showed up and confronted the two UA Academy students, and are staring malevolently at the two, where they made insulting comments saying that the tournament is for real men and not kids who think this place is a playground. Ojiro sensed that something is up while Bakugo is calm, and there the two teens noticed that other participants are blocking both paths, trapping them, and the instigator said that if the two teens use their quirks and if a participant gets hurt because of that, then Bakugo and Ojiro will be disqualified from the tournament, and there the other conspirators said they should do this so that they have a basis to lobby a complaint and kick the two brats out of here. The instigator asked his conspirators if they should get the two teens disqualified, and they roared in approval. Yeah, Bakugo twitched his eyes seeing how petty these goons are, and he whispered to Ojiro and tells him that the moment an opening is found he should go get the ushers while he will deal with the goons. Ojiro was against it, but Bakugo said that the goons here intend to provoke him and Ojiro into using their quirks even if it is self-defense, and the goons intend to have the other UA students get disqualified, and thus he is going to foil their plans and tells Ojiro to get going. Don't argue and do as I tell you, Big Tail. Are you sure you can handle them? Yeah, and I'll use my knuckles since you told me not to use my quirk. Bakugo. Just be ready. Okay. Without warning, the participants brought out blunt and bladed weapons, and they intend to provoke Bakugo into activating his quirk, but he grinned as he countered with some martial arts moves and sent some onto the floor, paving way for Ojiro to make an escape and get help, and the instigator told his conspirators to stop Ojiro from calling the ushers, which they obliged. Yeah, as Ojiro is running, one of the goons grabbed his tail and pulls him back, where he brought out a large knife and intend to stab Ojiro's tail in an effort to provoke the UA student into using his quirk, and the UA student is forced to give in to his attacker's ploy, as he is about to use his quirk. However, unexpected help came as two of the Heroes Association members showed up and kicked the attacker back, saving Ojiro, and the attacker stared in disbelief at seeing who interfered, and recognized them as Lightning Max, Snake Fist Snack. There the two pro heroes asked the attackers what has gotten into them and attacking some teenagers who happened to register in the tournament, commenting that the attackers are showing bad sportsmanship by ambushing the two teens and provoke them into getting disqualified just because they are being forced to use their quirks. You guys are like whining spoiled brats. Attacking teenagers just to get them disqualified, you really are so shallow. Damn. The pro heroes from the Heroes Association. Shit, we've been busted. What timing? Beep. Damn. The attackers were not pleased with the interference, and things went south as Kendo, Uraraka and Kirishima arrived as they had a feeling that something is up, and they realized that their suspicions are right after seeing Bakugo and Ojiro were being ganged up by the participants. Kirishima checked on Bakugo and asked what happened, and he became aghast when told of the situation, and called the attackers cowards and being unmanly for their foolishness, which the attackers took offense for the comments. What was that? Beep you. How dare you insult us? You mother beeper. Stupid brat. You're gonna get it. You'll be sorry. I'll kill you. Kendo and Uraraka checked on Ojiro and asked if what Bakugo said is true, and after Ojiro confirmed it, the 5 UA Academy students are now poised to defend themselves and said that they won't let the attackers have their way and tells them that they can beat them up without using their quirks. The attackers laughed and said that the UA Academy students are going to regret showing up here as brats have no place in this tournament and only real men have the right to be here. But Kendo rebutted by calling the attackers a group of faggots who lacked balls for getting scared of teenagers by resorting to cheating, and the attackers felt insulted by Kendo's words. What was that? Beep you. How dare you insult us? You mother beeper. Stupid brat. You're gonna get it. You'll be sorry. I'll kill you. However, the organizer of the tournament showed up, having heard everything, and officially disqualified the attackers and told them that they are banned from participating in future events, and the attackers were in a state of disbelief and begged the organizer to reconsider his decision. I am sorry. Forgive us. We didn't mean to. Spare us. Forgive us. It was his idea. He bribed us do those things to you. Please forgive us. We don't want to get disqualified. We'll do anything. The organizer then summoned the guards and ordered them to escort the disqualified participants out of the venue and instructed them to remember the disqualified persons as they are banned from future events, which the guards nodded in acknowledgement. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The disqualified participants were being carried away by the guards and they begged not to be banned as they still want to participate in future events and pleaded for mercy. Yet their pleas fell on deaf ears, which the guards berated the troublemakers for causing a ruckus by picking on the teenage participants. But the disqualified participants persisted and still begged for the organizer to reconsider his decision, much to the guards' irritation. I am sorry. Forgive us. We didn't mean to. Spare us. Forgive us. It was his idea. He bribed us do those things to you. Please forgive us. We don't want to get disqualified. We'll do anything. The organizer then apologized to the 5 UA students for the incident and commended them for keeping their cool, and told the 5 teens that the qualifying matches will begin in 5 minutes, which Kendo, Ojiro, Uraraka and Kirishima nodded and said that they are going to give their all. The organizer nodded but also reminded them that they are not allowed to use their quirks during the matches, which the UA students nodded in acknowledgement. Yes, sir. After that the UA students return to the waiting room as they will wait for 5 minutes before the qualifying matches begin, and their Kirishima tells Bakugo to give his all because he won't be holding back. Bakugo grinned and said the same thing and even told Uraraka to be ready, as anything can happen, which both Uraraka and Kirishima fist bump with each other as they went back inside the waiting room. The scene shifts at the ring area where the technicians and the other staff members are making some adjustments to make sure that the tournament ring is in good condition and not cause any unwanted disadvantage and to ensure that nothing is rigged as the sponsors are making sure that the audience would enjoy the performance of the tournament participants. The sponsors were eventually became aware of what happened minutes ago and are talking to the tournament organizer and asked if this is a good idea about letting some select students from UA Academy participate, as they are aware that some of them possess quirks and might cheat their way through, showing that the sponsors are worried that the audience would think that this year's tournament might be rigged and be accused of bias. Is this a good idea? Don't you think it would promote favoritism? Those kids have quirks. We might be accused of bias if we let them participate. Don't you think we should exclude them now? We need to decide. What is your take on this? Please tell us. The tournament organizer smiled and assured to the sponsors that he already spoke to the 5 UA Academy students and was told that the teens will not use their quirks as they are aware of the rules and that they know that attempting to use their quirks in this tournament would lead to disqualification. Hearing this made the sponsors feel at ease and said that the UA Academy students better comply, as the reputation of the tournament as a whole strives on good sportsmanship and the like. I see. So that's how it is. That's good to hear. What a relief. Thank goodness. Now I can relax. Yeah, right. The tournament organizer and the sponsors did not notice that their conversations are being heard, as a feather is placed nearby, and it is shown that a few pro heroes are mixing amongst the audiences disguised as civilians, and the undercover pro heroes are shown to be Hawks, Edge Shot, Kamui Woods, Mount, Lady. It is revealed that the 4 pro heroes were secretly contacted by Nezu and requested to keep an eye on the 5 UA Academy students who will be participating in the tournament, and while Mt. Lady is a bit dismayed that she could have participated so as to show off and bask the popularity, Woods reminded her why they are here and told her not to make any unnecessary acts that might blow their cover. Can it, Mt. Lady, remember why we're here. But, you heard it. Quirks are not allowed in this tournament. And we're here to keep an eye on the students participating here. Mo, just sit back and relax. We can't carelessly blow our cover. HMPH. Edge Shot, on the other hand, wondered why this tournament is being held outdoors and noticed that there are no other pro heroes around, which Hawks explained that the sponsors wanted to attract audience and this would generate more money, and believed that no villains would think about wasting time gate crashing an event like this. Seriously, yup, what were they thinking? Generating money. Is money all they think about? For them it is. Greedy businessmen. That's life. Edge Shot then wondered why the 5 UA Academy students decided to participate in this tournament as he felt that the students would not benefit anything here other than being seen on TV, but Hawks revealed that he secretly placed a feather on one of the students and learned the reason why. He told Edge Shot that Uraraka participated in order to win the prize money and donate it to her parents who were facing financial situations, while Bakugo would just want to fight, while the others would help pave way for Uraraka to get to the semifinal round, which Edge Shot felt that it was unnecessary. However, Hawks said that at least the students are not doing something reckless by going after villains and that their actions are, in a way, an act of good deed as they are simply helping Uraraka, which Edge Shot hoped that nothing untoward would happen, which Hawks said that Nezu approached the lurkers to act as chaperones as well as to intercept a possible villain attack. And the principal of UA Academy allowed those kids. If he is against it, those kids wouldn't be here. So why allow them to participate here? I'm not sure, but maybe it would allow the kids to do some physical activity, though I find it quite intriguing about Uraraka participating just to win that prize money. Still, I find it unbelievable. Let's see how this play out. Maybe we might learn something. Fine. Okay. Inside the waiting room, the UA Academy students are patiently waiting for the usher to call them as the preliminary round would commence in a few minutes from now, and Uraraka is starting to feel a little anxious, but Kirishima assured to her that it is fine to get a little nervous, but once the matches start, she will be good to go. Uraraka nodded as her classmates' words helped her calm down, and Kendo joined in, and gave Uraraka words of encouragement, and urged her to give her all, which Uraraka nodded, and the trio made a fist bump as they each promised that they are going to give everything they got and vowed that they would all make it to the semifinal round of the tournament. So it's a promise. Yeah, then let's give our all. Yeah, be sure you guys get qualified and make it to the semifinals. Yeah. Bakugo and Ojiro are staring at the TV monitor as the announcer introduced the tournament sponsor and organizer and are making some speech just to keep the audience glued in, and Bakugo just sighed in annoyance as the organizer is making speeches just to stall time in order not to bore the paying spectators. Ojiro's sweat dropped and told his classmate that they are probably trying to buy time to hide the fact that the disqualified registrants were being ejected for their attempt several minutes earlier, and if word gets out it would be a PR disaster. And that's a bad thing. For the organizer and the sponsors, it is. HMPH. Be a little patient, Bakugo. We'll be there soon. Ah, fine, good. They better hurry up with those silly speeches. Ha ha. By then the tournament organizer spoke, where he revealed the names of the participants who would compete in the qualifying matches so that it would decide who would make it to the top 8 that would put them in the quarterfinal match. Among the participants announced are Lightning Max, Lin, Benpatsu, Snake Fist Snek, Volton, Bazuzu, Gatlin, Hamukachi, Dave, Rosie, Chose, Mentai, Jakuman, Zakos, Bakuzan, Suiryu, Fight Jin, Ochako Uraraka, Katsuki Bakugo, Eijiro Kirishima, Itsuka Kendo, Masharao Ojiro. The audience roared in approval as they are excited to see this year's tournament, and they urged the organizer to start the match as they came to see it and wanted to see the matches get started right away. Start the match. Come on. Get on with the tournament. We want the matches. Hurry up already. Start the match. Just begin the match, damn it. The sponsors are starting to feel the pressure and tells the organizer that they better start the tournament, which he thought carefully as he wanted the audience to enjoy. And there an idea popped into his head and told the sponsors his idea, and they seemed to like it and agreed with his proposal. There the organizer whispered to the ring announcer and gave him instructions, and the ring announcer nodded and announced that the qualifying participants head to the tournament ring as the organizer is going to make an impromptu announcement. Soon the participants are assembled and are awaiting the announcement, where the organizer said that a new method of determining the top 8 participants who would qualify for the quarterfinal round, which is a battle royal match, in which the participants will go into an all-out brawl, and all they have to do is knock their opponents out of the ring, and the remaining 8 will automatically qualify for the 3 rounds. Quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. Snek and Lightning Max seemed to question the sudden shift, as the past events usually start with one-on-one matches to determine the qualified 8 participants, and felt that the sponsors might be up to something scrupulous, but decided to abide for now. A battle royal, so suddenly, I think something is up. Maybe. What now? Let's play their rules for now. You sure? Yeah. Bakugo and Kirishima grinned as this is the type of match they like, and there they told Ojiro and Kendo to assist Uraraka as they need to make it to the top 8, which the 4 teams nodded in agreement, as they are going to watch each other's back and make sure that they will make it to the quarterfinal match. Okay, we're going to smash. Ojiro, Kendo, you know what to do. Assist Uraraka, and try to remain in the ring so we can advance to the qualifying round. Yeah, to be continue. I hope you enjoyed this story. Also remember to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next video.